welcome back to the Lost Archives. My name's Owen, and we are playing Esoteric Ebb. And welcome to what is probably going to be our final episode. We have finally tracked down the culprit who exploded the tea shop. All of the main mysteries have been solved. We now get a really cool flaming blade, and it is time to speak to the cobbler. Oh, I can't do another one. Damn it. Fair enough. I guess I could do a quick short rest. I did get told it'd be a free short rest, and let's just jack up our strength. Oh, roll max on a hit dice. Hey, we got a little achievement just then. Second level spell slot. I'll definitely give myself enhance ability back, and let's give ourselves as much strength as possible. Gauntlets of Ogre Power. Oh, we still got that for 156 minutes. Okay, what gives us strength? Oh, here we go. No, that's con. Okay. Let's boost our strength. Any of these strength weapons? No. No. No, +1. +3 dex. +3 con. Okay, we could chuck that one on really quickly. Here we go. Gauntlets of Ogre Power. Swap the boots out for the gauntlets. That takes us up to 19 strength. Oh, no, we just need +1 strength. It's giving us +3 strength. Oh, it's only for 2 seconds. All right, let's do it. I just want to see what else we can learn from our behold. Yes, natural 20 for a total of 30. You will serve him until the day you die. Yeah, okay, it's Earth. Cool. We thought so. Solved it, everybody. It's Earth. Let's keep. What was the? Was there something that was a -1? Nah, this is good. This is good. I was just about to hang on. -1 wisdom. The -1 intelligence isn't great, but it would even out. What does that give us? Is there a better helmet? I know, I'm doing it again. Hang on. Let's put this one back on. I know, I'm being insane. I just want to try and get it as even. Okay, cool, that's fine. We're perfect. Let's do this. Yeah, so this is clearly Earth. The timid man greets you with a lowered head. Hello. Hey! He meets your gaze. This road has been terrible. All due to my negligence. Eyes filled with regret and confidence both. Why is he talking like he's the one who... Who are you really? Not... You know this guy? He wipes some dust off his apron. I ran into him before. He's a cobbler. Right, a cobbler. I'm sure there's lots of shoe emergencies out here. The cobbler shakes his head. I'm afraid there's no good way to put this, but I shall make it clear to you, I swear on it. Yeah, well, you better explain it quickly. Not sure any of us should stay in this spooky hellscape any longer than we have to. You're very correct, Snow, he says with a smile. This place is bad for a man. Brings him to face both his heart and even fouler things. Then he looks over to Etia. You seem to handle it just as well as expected. Etia looks at him in silence. The goblin looks back and forth between them both. Okay, I'm getting freaked out now. I'm just going to let him speak. I am not son of Toke. That is all I am here now. I was born in Davik midst the early days of the First Coast War. Its chaos brought death upon my kinsman. First, due to fate or some other cause, I was granted audience with a higher power. Audience which left me with a channel of strings. A communion with an outer god. All I know at the time was the inescapable risk of staying in those lands. Pushed to action by my brother Toll, together we rallied as many longships as we could. Toll, Earth's brother and mythical explorer of Ascan, founded several towns along River Torna, and famously never returned from his expedition to the Infinite Wastes. Our savior. We saved 50,404 people, approximately a quarter of the villagers. As we left in search of a new land, those people began to look to me and my newfound divine strength for more than guidance.
They gave me a name from the old world sagas, once steeped in bygone mythology. You're...
My lord. Look upon your god.
They called me Earth, Hammer of Fate.
I will kneel.
That can't,
the goblin mutters.
How?
I would like to ask, why are you here? He lowers his head once more.
My existence is fleeting, stuck between material and beyond.
The old man's weary expression tells you, rise. I am not one to bow for.
I'd like to repeat Etia's question. Why? I shall provide whatever clarity I can. You see, I died just like any old man should, just a few decades later than usual. But here I linger, guarding this gate. For whom? For what purpose? Who knows?
The old man laughs.
It's a bit silly, really. Toll would have loved to see it. This is insane. I don't disagree. That was my initial reaction to the first few years in this place. I assure you, I too have many questions.
You catch a glimpse of Snell then opening his mouth to speak, only to shut it. Your goblin clearly wants to ask something as well. He's waiting his turn.
Ask what you wish. I know you have questions.
This man has not spoken with another for a very long time. He'll be glad to talk. Say what you wish. This is your one chance, one opportunity to ask this legendary figure anything you want. Make use of it.
Well, since there's no rush.
Toll, your brother.
Yes, the old fool.
Earth speaks with a sad smile.
Haven't seen him pass through here. He must have died years ago amidst his epic final adventure. But who knows? Time moves differently inland. Maybe he still walks the endless wastes as we speak, looking for Jaw's key.
This is not a term you are familiar with. Make him elaborate.
Jaw's what?
Toll. Right, like Toll's dad, Toll Square. I heard he was a real adventurer.
He was, Snow, he was. Your god looks out into the void.
Toll always wanted to travel, to understand Jaw, to sail and wander. He received his circumnavigation blessing not long after we founded Norvik, yet he could never reach Jaw's point. After a lifetime of adventure, he still wanted to know. That is why he set off.
Toll's leaving, the national holiday. A Norvikian holiday to honour Earth's brother Toll as he left to explore the wastes, usually celebrated with honey cakes and pearl wine. Pearl wine? Good shit.
My brother figured the secret to Jaw would be unlocked in the wastes. Once he crossed really cold valley, which I later renamed to Toll's Pass. My sending stopped reaching him.
Yeah, good name swap there.
Last thing he told me in that final message was, "Fear not, brother. I always find my way home." Thus I hold out hope.
Can you see Norvik from here?
Somewhat, yes. I have the ability to cast minor magic here, including a soft scrying.
Soft scrying. He speaks like an arcanist. That essentially means he can peek on people and locations, but not for long nor far from Norvik, presumably.
Feels a bit tragic, of course, to be unable to interfere, yet able to watch, as you can imagine.
Snell, he's been watching us.
Snell leans back.
Yeah, I'm sure you're the main spectacle.
Your god squats down, placing his palm towards the tower of light before him.
Closer to the pillar, the more I can see, like your adventure into the city below, or your encounter with Gurgalash.
You saw everything?
Sweat.
Oh no, just glimpses, the best parts.
You see a smirk spread across upon his wrinkled face.
I fought him, all those years ago. Every time he would flee, regroup, and try something new. A smart one, that Gurgalash. A tough leader.
Yeah, he seemed to really hate you.
I don't blame him.
Your god looks away for a few seconds, as if using the void to take in your words.
I destroyed his tribe, Bran. His kingdom, his people, took it from him. Without any kind of fair fight. I struck for my own need, and I was well rewarded. Perhaps it is a pity I did not follow through, instead of leaving him to the life of an undercoast vagabond. Part of me feels I knew him well. We duelled many times. Another part of me wonders if I should have taken the risk of diplomacy. At a certain point, it wasn't that far off from a 50-50. Would you have taken that, attempted peace with trolls, or would you have followed through, pity be damned?
If the odds are good enough, sure. Trolls are foul, unstable creatures. The answer is no. Every creature has the capacity for good, even a troll. I'd say manipulating a troll into not being harmful isn't that much harder than the average human. Problem lies more in what happens if you fail. Trolls sure like to smash things.
I would take that risk. Anything to avoid unnecessary death.
Even if the risk was the lives of your people?
I would just do better. Increase the odds.
That's the spirit.
A deep sigh leaves him.
I do not believe in a clear answer, not anymore. But I chose my path.
He glances at Snell, who still looks stunned at watching you interact with your actual god.
Ah, right. Goblin genocide and so on.
You want to ask something, Etienne?
No, but I have something to say.
I understand.
She grips the pommel of her sword. Speak your minds firstly. I will bide my time, as I have for many years. Oh boy, tension. She is angry.
Do you have something to ask, Snell? Of course, it's a god, but there's no rush. You should ask about Gorm first, and I'm thinking of how to formulate this question I've got. Take your time. I actually have so many questions.
You see Snell shift his shirt around.
I've got a few questions of my own. You go first.
We have time.
Your god aims a pair of finger guns at you.
Shoot.
What a lad.
A god, huh?
Ask him. Ask him about every possible conflicted force in the known universe. About nationalism and fascism. Is nationalism fascism?
No, I do not believe it is. A clear answer.
You're answering that with some confidence.
Some. I have considered it for years. Fascism and nationalism are overlapping ideologies. One is the fairly new idea of a united nation-state, whether by culture or folk type or anything else. The other is...
He squints.
Fascism is...
really bad.
That seems a bit moralistic. I was often called a fascist. As are you.
At times, for good reason.
But when I read those books from Reeds, I never particularly identified with it. They seemed to hate liberal ideas, while I was always quite fond of egalitarian pursuits. Yeah, equal opportunity killer, maybe. In my dictatorship, I took many cues from Asgal himself. Hell, Skars Reuben was my brother. He taught me wisdoms beyond my years.
Gars Reuben, the first Barn Emvers to settle in Norvik, head of the Great Norvikian Construction Project.
Then there's the fetishization of violence.
This is a man who justified multiple genocides by saying they were for the greater good. That isn't fetishizing violence. He acts as though by wringing your hands enough, they will no longer be covered in blood.
Makes me think of an angry young man left powerless, someone neglected by his village. Obviously, he would lash out. Fascism seemed to me as nothing but a response to that powerlessness, especially one grown in the wake of the First Coast War.
Why does he keep calling it the first?
If anything, it taught me not to take it lightly, to make sure each new generation of men in Norvik were given exactly what they needed. Discipline, challenge, and a god who does not conflate strength with violence.
A real role model.
That's a lot of words to say you don't want to be called a fascist.
He looks up at you abruptly. That hit certainly landed.
Yes, well...
He tilts his head back down. Shame and regret. Whether he lived during your time or not, it would not have mattered.
How is strength not violence?
I wonder. True strength is, in my mind, your capacity for enacting violence measured against your ability to never have to. In a sense, this applies less to violence and more to any form of competency. A real man makes the best of himself, no matter what that looks like. He does it for himself and for the benefit of his tribe. Does that make sense?
Your god just asked you a question. What if a man makes himself into a competent weapon? And what if he performs evil as that weapon?
You asked for strength, not goodness. True strength is a tool. Real men come in all alignments. Take you, for example. You wield magic beyond compare. How long does it take the average wizard to memorize a new spell? Just copying it into his spellbook.
A wry smile on his face. Ha, kiss ass. It's working. You're blushing.
Hours per new spell. And you do it in seconds. That's no trick, nor is it only talent. Perhaps you have a knack for the esoteric. I won't argue against that. But I think about those sleepless nights, those years you prayed and studied and read.
He smiles.
This, what you are now, this is your calling. This is exactly where your people need you, but...
He glances over to Etia.
My father, a man of many idioms, once told me, you don't have to be anything but the best of you. The rest, the village takes care of that.
Apologies, I caught that sneeze just in time. It was a dad sneeze. I think he would have been proud. Earth would have really enjoyed that sneeze.
He must have gotten that from a book.
What does the red eye mean?
You mean that symbol we used? Oh, that was adopted from existing symbolism.
Ah, yes, that makes sense.
I see.
You would be the one to figure that out. I never meant to build a new religion, you see, but when we'd conquered a city full of ruins with that red eye all over the place, I think it was Arg who came up with the idea, call it Earth's red eye. Turns out it was an albino lion warlord who held the ruins some time before the trolls took over. A one-eyed albino, one red eye, see?
The old man points at his own very much dark eyes and laughs.
Worked out fine enough. Allowed us to spend more time in public works rather than shrines.
Are you really a god?
He shrugs. Geez, what a response.
I had the same power as all those big shots in the divine era. Make a god of me or not. It is a banner I've carried for the sake of unity. If that banner ever grows useless, burn it. Let something new rise from the ashes.
Humility is the sign of a real man. Divinity or no.
Not a god, just a very powerful man, clearly.
A god. A spirit. A memory.
I pray to you. Yes, you do. I cannot always hear it clearly, it's a lot. But I hear yours, that I promise.
Your heart feels warm.
How do you grant us cleric's magic from here? As you've been taught, I channel the divine through strings. Subconsciously, though, or maybe more like instinct. I'm an old hand at this by now. Might be a reason why I'm not allowed to move on. That I'm still needed to keep the channeling going.
The contract is a two-way street. Does belief bind the god as much as his followers?
Which makes me think of all the other dead gods out there still connecting those thousands upon thousands of clerics into their sources beyond.
That's awesome.
In a sense, yes. I'm happy to fulfill my duty here. Keeps me sane. But I wonder if the Mender feels the same, or if Lady Fair holds down the fort in some other tunnel.
The implications here are quite intense.
Dead gods just end up in some void, being used as keys to magic.
Incredibly, he talks about it as if it would be no big deal.
I wish I knew more. Once I am forgotten, maybe I will get to see through this gate, to go wherever souls go once they pass.
Deceased people who are resurrected do not remember anything in death. Maybe there is nothing beyond.
Through the gate, it must lead to the source, to the gods truly beyond.
One day, you might gain that knowledge. For now, focus on the material. That will set you free.
I only just saw that.
Do you want to buy a bottle of milk?
Your god smiles.
I know you had to ask, but I'm fine. Thank you. I think I need to ask something even more important. Yes, I know you do. I need to ask you about Lord Gorm.
He takes a few steps forward. First time Constitution's timed in.
An imposing figure. Earth. He's just an old man. But despite that, you see, he's also strong as hells. Gorm.
His eyes focus on the ground where he stood.
Man of principle, of bright mind and whole heart. I loved him like a son.
His face contorts into a deep frown.
Broke my heart when I saw him descend in such a way. You saw his plan?
Not at first, but it did not take long for me to figure it out. I cannot say where his mind was, but I know his heart was placed exactly where I had taught him. Selflessly, he would give himself to any cause. Unfortunately, he proved my teachings terribly wrong.
His pain. Earth did not possess the ability to interact with Gorm in any way.
Why couldn't you speak with him?
He could not see nor hear me. I could not stop this channel magic to my clerics or my paladin no matter what. I cannot even destroy myself. For whatever reason, my soul here is muffled. I could not communicate with him or anyone else on the material plane.
He's telling the truth. His truth. This guy has a legacy to uphold. Careful what you trust.
He's your god. Of course you can trust him. He was going to kill 27 people.
Yes, he was. It's important to remember one simple fact. Nothing he did was evil. Everything he did for an ideal of good. Just like I taught him.
He turns around and gestures towards the stairs, so you cannot see his tears.
Look how it ended. His bones hitting the pavement so furiously.
He's crying. Tears of regret.
I thought I knew everything at one point, as if I had somehow unlocked the truth of life itself. It was so simple.
Your god turns back to you, his eyes tinged with red.
Goodness alone will bring the world to evil. The words of an arcanist, I believe.
He's quoting Prax. How conflicting.
But Gorm spoke the truth.
About what?
He wipes a tear from his cheek.
My legacy. Norvik is under siege. There is a conspiracy of free striders. The magistrates are bought. The Asgards are undermined. The Golden Horde seeks to occupy the clan lands within a decade or two. The Mendes Cabal funnels riches to rebels in our lands. And my will, the plan I created to keep peace and transition to a democratic government, was suppressed. A democratic government picked by him.
A true democracy comes from the people, not from a dictator.
That is true, it is, but that road in Norvik was a massive risk.
Your god gathers himself.
This was all a calculated risk on my part.
What do you mean?
I knew this would happen, Ran, or rather I saw the odds in strings. It was high,
he says with a clenched fist.
Something like 4 in 5. The problem, the odds changed while I was dying. That does not happen very often, an esoteric event most likely. Suddenly I saw the new probable outcome, this web of conspiracy.
The old man shakes his head and looks very, very tired.
The magistrates hiding my succession acted as the initial spark. The rest is your history.
What kind of esoteric event?
I do not know. It might not matter. Perhaps it was divine intervention, perhaps some remnant spirit or prophecy. Something changed the odds of my choice. Sadly, I am not the one dealing with the consequences.
Why didn't you push for democracy earlier?
The odds were against me. Forcing democracy at any earlier point had a very low success rate. Most outcomes would simply end up in oligarchy. Free striderism was growing in the East, and it would have sunk its claws into Norvik. The counterbalance to organized money is organized people. I was hoping to set you all on that path. The populace was not ready. Despite my effort at decentralizing and pushing for pseudo-democratic guilds, the best chance was for democracy after my death as my final will, until it wasn't.
Did they actually target the Lord Patriarch?
Yes, sir. Torumian wizard was equipped with an arcana spell scroll. A very expensive endeavor. Poor Akasem. He did not deserve such a fate.
What else do you know?
I could not see who or why the magistrates keep whatever they plan under tight supervision. They all stuff lead into their walls. Their homes are impenetrable for me or any other scryer. Gorm's perspective, however, is most likely correct. They targeted Akasem to maintain their hold on power, to avoid the transference demanded by my will. He had, just prior to the attack, been very adamant about enacting it properly.
Would it have worked, Lord Gorm's spell?
I do not know. I do not believe he knew either.
How do you see the risks so clearly?
I did not share that secret often during my days. Lord Gordon was one of the few I confided in with my struggle.
Struggle?
The one placed upon all us gods,
he says while making air quotes.
We can see outcomes in strings. Not always, not clearly, sometimes like a play in the mind, sometimes an assured vision, but always there are odds, a choice, a chance, a risk. When I worked at my father's shop, I would work on a shoe and see exactly how, 9 times out of 10, I would ruin the leather. As I grew better, my skill improving, the odds would change. Soon I'd pick up a boot and see 2 in 5, then 1 in 4, then 1 in 10. Sometimes I'd still fail, but seldom. Over time, that simply turned into ever greater visions, along with greater power.
We're the next walking god.
Every god can do that.
To my knowledge, yes. Besides the esoteric might and other powers, it is not divine providence, it's just probabilities.
That's why you left your homeland.
Yes. When I took my people to sea, we had a 50-50 chance of survival. When I saw Ascani, those odds went up. Every step of the way I made decisions aimed at increasing those odds. For you.
The Earthfolk.
Them.
He nods towards Snell.
And others. I realized with such power I could protect and serve more and more people. Yet at a certain point...
He takes a moment.
Where does my tribe begin? Who do I define as the other? I had to choose.
Why must there be an other?
My choice was the Earth, the folk, and the exiled dwarves. A united creed, bound by this great city we built.
The old man looks to Etia. Her blank expression does not change, yet her eyes no longer spin. They just focus on Earth.
I focused on increasing the odds for that creed, to assure the security of Norvik and its ideals, no matter what.
No matter what, huh?
No matter what. For almost a century, that absolutism has been the source of immense life and pain.
Absolutism? No. Fascism.
Fascism, you mean?
Maybe,
he says, exasperated.
Maybe.
Just like Gorm.
That comparison pains me, but I cannot deny it.
Pains you?
Snell takes a step forward.
At least you had a choice.
The old man keeps his eyes on the goblin, but places his hands behind his back. Not with anger or sadness. Earth wants to hear him out.
You're responsible for the genocide of my people.
Yes.
Look at Snell, then look at Earth.
Yeah. Just yeah.
Your god says nothing for a few seconds, then he nods.
Every horrible thing you have heard I did.
Snell looks around the void. He clenches his jaw and clicks his tongue a few times. Then he holds up a finger.
I have one question. I've thought about it for a while now, my whole life, really. I need to ask it.
I want to hear it.
The goblin hesitates, then starts.
Why didn't you just kill us all?
His words leave a silence across the water. What a question. The old man furrows his brow.
No, really, why leave us in this half-life? Because what? What is this?
He says and pulls at his jacket.
This!
He slams his fists into his chest.
We're not human, we're not dwarves, we're not goblins. Take away our language, traditions, our stories. You put us in these holes, expecting us to form into something suitable. But what is that? What do you want?
The outburst causes you to shiver. He is screaming at your god. The balls. Holy shit.
To stand before Earth and yell like that, you really like this guy.
I could see if you could see every outcome or whatever, why the fuck did you pick this one?
His words dripping in sarcasm and rage. I will wait for Earth's reply. Earth allows the goblin to end his speech, listening to his panting echo across the eternal waters. Then, without lowering his head or averting his gaze, he says,
I was going to. I told myself every goblin on those red hills needed to die for the safety of man, that folkmord was necessary, that without clearing these lands entirely of these hostile natives, there would be nothing but a micro-expression. Grief.
He bites down on the words.
Nothing but perpetual war. After establishing Norvik, where the trolls were scattered and the coast was ours, if I had left your people alone, I saw a guaranteed future filled with inevitable clashes between goblins and humans. Those clashes would lead to more animosity, more hatred, generation after generation seeking blood vengeance against an entire people. It was one of my clearest visions. Radical fanaticism, goblin armies funded by hordes of elven treasure, years of warfare in Verdun, trenches for miles, trenches, then more factions joining in over time. We would risk another coast war, simply due to the fact that humans were never meant to live here. We were never meant to take these lands. Yet we did. I did. I made that choice because every other meant the death of my people. In exchange, I doomed yours.
Snell stares at him stone-faced.
Okay, so we're fundamentally incompatible and you took our ancestral homeland. Great.
He rubs his eyes and takes a step away.
Composure. The goblin wants to do this properly.
He's trying to calm himself. You can get a question in the meanwhile.
I don't think you answered Snell's question.
No, he didn't. Snell turns back around, glaring at your god.
Why am I alive? Why did you spare those 3 tribes, Earth?
Yes, he murmurs. The answer to that is simple. I gambled.
Your god looks up at the stars.
The Battle of Moor Grib, Western Verdun, on the 6th year of the campaign. The leader of the Craig Thon is brought before me in chains, demands a duel to the death. His name is Cran. To restore his strength for a fair fight, I invite him to eat with me. This goblin speaks Dwarven, Dimnorian, and even some Elvish. Over dinner, he explains exactly to me how they were superior in every way, and that the only reason we won was due to our luck. We had a god, theirs died long ago.
Tokig the Gambler. Would have been fun to see those two clash. Tokig the Gambler, a trickster goblin who united the tribes of Ascani during the Divine Era, most famous for cutting off his right hand to fulfill a prophecy.
I agreed with him, then we discussed my options. Cran told me I was wise for killing them all. If I did not, he said, they would eventually re-emerge and destroy mankind once I faded like Tokig did. That each of his sons dreamt of spilling human blood.
Snell's eyes narrow as Earth speaks.
So I asked him what of his daughters. Did they dream of war and slaughter, revenge? Cran told me no. Then he laughed at me and wondered aloud what a boring and peaceful life that would be. I spent the night explaining my visions to him. He in turn told me stories about Tokig the Gambler. For hours we talked, exchanging ideas, and I proved well enough how I knew it all. As the sun rose, I saw in that conversation something magical. The odds had changed, not by much, not so significantly that it changed my belief, but enough for me to make another choice, a gamble. I gambled on a path where humans and goblins could live together, in peace.
Look to Snell. Snell's eyes are on the ground.
We signed a treaty the next day. Forced assimilation of the three tribes was carried out. Cran served me well for 12 years, overseeing the migration to Norvik. This was the only plan of action I could see with a success rate above 50-50.
Success?
Yes.
Snell scowls.
A successful genocide, yeah? What's your definition of success here?
Same as always. The least amount of death over time, as far as I could see. But not for my people alone, not this time. For both our people.
Snell lets out a conflicted groan.
Well, you shouldn't have come here in the first place then.
Perhaps so.
His eyes speak of sorrow.
If the Arcanists had not cursed our homeland, we would not have gone west in the first place.
He's holding back. He knows well he could argue about this topic for hours, but he's not interested in winning. Earth wants to listen. Nothing else.
There were no other paths in your visions.
No, there were many, all of them ending in the near guaranteed destruction of my people. You ask me what you are, Snell, let me tell you.
He walks forward towards your goblin companion.
You are something entirely new.
The goblin's expression goes from angry to despondent as he stares at the dead god's approach.
You can never be goblin. You can never be human. You're in this mess because of me and my evil actions.
The old man throws up his hands into the air, reaching for the stars.
So hate me. Curse me. Then go be a leader for your people.
He lowers his arms and gives him a determined frown.
They need you, Snow, for the new era and beyond. Make something that hasn't been seen before. Something new. Something better.
Apprehensive and confused, the goblin turns away.
I don't exactly have a choice here.
There's always a choice,
Earth says while locking eyes with you.
Some paths are just riskier than others.
The goblin clicks his tongue. He glances at the god and mutters,
Something new.
You hear the anger and fear in his voice.
He's going for it. If that's a good thing, listening to this genocider, well,
A divine calling, to have a god tell you to push for leadership. A holy message.
Tokig would likely tell you to take the gamble. If you ever meet him, be sure to ask.
The old god laughs. The goblin looks on with a complicated expression on his face. Conflict dancing in the shadows of his mind. Rage and confusion.
I'll think about it. Earth.
Oh, he's good. From folk mod to father figure in just a few words. Incredible. A difficult exchange. I'm going to turn back to Snell. I'm going to let Snell be in charge of this. He stops himself from speaking at first and then just says,
You really fucked up that assimilation.
I know. If there's one thing I will apologize for, it's that. I am sorry. I was always terrible at statecraft.
Snell shows the same face he's shown you so many times since you met him in that underground garden.
To be ruled by evil or incompetence.
Sometimes a mixture of both, I'm afraid.
For someone who could see the future, that's saying a lot.
Your god laughs.
Too many small decisions, each with such indecipherable small impacts upon the odds. At certain scales, no autocratic, even divinely inspired leader is able to keep up. We will see what string you two walk on. But if it is of any comfort around this incompetent governance, I assure you, Snell.
He gives the goblin a meager glance.
Lady Sageleaf is the one who truly changed the odds.
Snell meets his eyes.
Hope.
I never expected it from someone like her. Alas, there are many things I did not see coming. If anything, your instincts are clearly a dousing rod of their own. Now,
he looks up at the floating angel. Behind her, a sea of stars.
Etia.
Earth. She grips her sword as if ready to pull it at any moment, her many eyes spinning faster. Her voice cuts off, leaving silence in the void. Is she flustered? She cannot find the words.
His greatness overwhelmed her.
I do not want your service, Etia. I've told you this before.
His voice is soft and full of heartbreak. Killing with kindness.
A rejection? No, he wants better of her.
An oath will not bind you to the earth. Nothing can. Nothing.
She lifts her chin, her arms in a salutation, as if striking a pose in the air just for the sake of confidence.
You've done so much for me, but there's something far more. I am lost.
The intense telepathic words echo in your minds. You see Earth almost jolt, his head held high to meet the floating porcelain spectre before him.
I am lost upon this world. No honourable power, no avatar of goodness, no greatness of the choir. These remnants are children playing at running the coast, no different than arcanists, human and celestial alike. Even the ancients have gone mad or faded. And you showed me there was a better way, you fool.
Your god shows nothing but empathy on his expression as she spits the insult into his mind.
You absolute buffoon. You krushi smiatgikanu.
He smiles.
I deserve that, I'll admit. I did not expect to fade so soon. I should have prepared more. But don't think for a second I haven't seen you. You dive into Earthguard work to fill the void in your heart.
A deep sadness falls upon his face.
My dear girl.
He calls her a girl. She's thousands of years older than him. A term of endearment. Look to your angel companion, then back to your god. He holds out his hands.
You need to get involved in politics. Kurwa.
You catch a glimpse of Snell, his expression sharing your own disorientation at watching these two beings bicker.
This nihilism, it's not what you need. You're an era-spanning warrior, a lady of Norvik, an angel beyond the grasp of the Horde. I am truly sorry my pride and ego got the better of me, so that I did not accept my mortality until it was way too late. If I had, I would have told you this before I passed. Make a choice.
His voice is carried across the eternal flats.
Anything but this limbo, I beg of you.
The angel floats closer, her eyes glaring at him.
There is no good choice.
Endless hesitation is the worst choice of them all, Etia, and you've selected it for years, every morning, every night.
She lands upon the ground, her feet hitting the esoteric ground.
Sometimes all presented choices are bad. In those cases, you might as well pick the most ambitious road, aim at the highest mountain and see where it takes you.
Her many eyes slow down to a crawl, focusing on the god.
Am I wrong, Etia?
With Etia now standing, you see the two of them are nearly equal height.
No, Earth.
He lets out a sigh.
You are, in your simple way, correct once again. I aim to end my contract with the city and Darrow post-election.
Good.
He takes a deep breath and taps her on the shoulder plate.
I know how stupid it is for a youngling like myself to say this, but I am proud of you, Etia, and I'm sorry for my weakness.
No, Earth.
She gently places a hand on his shoulder as well.
Your weakness is what made you special. I am happy to see you one last time.
One last time?
Etia lifts from the ground once more.
She knows all too well how these things go.
Earth looks upon you with eyes that remind you of your father. Aged wisdom, soaked in blood.
I would like to have a few more words with you, Ran, before you return.
He steps forth until you realize your god is near towering above you.
I'm afraid we will never speak again, my son.
Yes, this is all forced by his last will and divine might.
So this conversation is truly, simply, an esoteric happenstance. Once time runs out, this will not align again.
An esoteric event!
It was. Caused by me, but not something that I will ever be able to make happen again. This conversation, Ran,
he says and places a warm hand upon your shoulder. The only time you will ever feel his warmth, the last time anyone ever will,
was worth everything.
I'm going to look at Earth.
I'm just a cleric.
Yes, some might even call you the cleric.
Yes, He understands you. Finally, someone does.
The wizard might be more appropriate.
A correct statement, despite his theological nature.
And you've certainly been mingling with the primal forces a lot. If you want to be a druid, you certainly have my blessing.
Your god chuckles at you. I'll bow my head.
And the flame tongue. Keep it. It served me well for many years. Gorm would have wanted you to have it. Despite everything, he was a good man.
A good man. The words cause you unease.
Alignment is as subjective as jaw, nothing but intent. A man will see it all burn before he accepts utilitarian evil into his heart. Goodness itself lies in the heart of all folk. It is not built under the whims of a cleric, no matter their intent.
The world will burn by the intentions of good men.
Your god listens to the words with care.
Is that from a book?
No, it's a Ran original.
He lets out a short laugh.
Well, I can assure you that evil men do a fair bit of burning as well. So in the end, maybe we should aim for a world with less tinder and oil.
He takes his hand off your shoulder and takes a breath. You can see it. He's doing the polite minor gestures that indicate the chat's coming to a close.
He's about to send you home.
Ask. This is your chance. One last time.
Can you see my future?
No. It might be written somewhere, but I cannot see it. The coming era is yours.
He looks to Snell, then to Etia.
I believe in you all.
Oh, accept your god or reject your god. I'm not going to say anything. He scratches his beard.
I will tell you one thing, though. Do you remember your prayer, Ran, the one you always repeated to me at the end of the hard days?
My prayer?
Yes, the one.
Oh, the prayer.
You repeated it so many times. It was a cry, a pleading.
At the end of a night in the library, after hours working the kiosk, when your body was broken past days of Earthguard training, in bed at night. He listens. Not from all, it's mostly noise, as you can imagine.
Must be a name. So many desperate voices. Must be a name. So many desperate voices. Interesting. As a channel for a greater power, he must pick up on all of it.
Yours, however, was such a simple prayer. That's what stuck with me.
Earth holds up a finger.
One thing you asked of me, all throughout your life. It never changed, not once.
Oh no. Yeah, that prayer was embarrassing. No wonder you stopped doing it.
Your goblin companion follows this conversation intently, yet he says nothing.
Right, that.
Feel embarrassed. Earth smiles.
I do not promise things lightly, but I can promise you this, my son. There is a string to follow, one where your prayer is answered. I swear to you. Your father is proud of you. For the man you have become. For the man you will be.
My lord.
Earth leans in and says softly,
You're not alone.
Then he takes a step back, his eyes shimmering in the faint glow. He looks down into the water.
It is time. The election has begun.
What, right now?
Right now. Funny timing, isn't it?
Wait. Now as in now. It's already... Oh shit, I've got so much work to do.
Your god holds up a hand.
No worries, Snell. I believe Miska has covered it all. She'll be glad to see you back there alive. Trust me.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, good.
He is flustered. Oh boy, your hombre is floundering.
Darrow looks quite mad, however,
he says to Etia.
Good. I am looking forward to it.
Of course you are.
What will happen to you?
Oh, well, get a good rest. That's most of what I've done here for these 27 years. I'd wager the rest of my strange existence here will be just the same.
Your god shrugs.
But then again, who knows?
Wish us luck.
Fortune follows the meek. That is, the man who carries a sword but knows when to keep it sheathed.
How do we get home?
Same tunnel you get your spells from. I'll just make it a little wider for you.
We are ready.
Your god holds out a hand. From it, a white drop falls. It hits the esoteric water below.
Whoa.
Goodbye, Nut.
Hold on, one more thing. You need to ask.
My lord, before we go.
Yes, my son.
His voice echoes through the blinding light.
What should I vote for in the election?
You catch him by surprise with such a question. Through the light you see a smile appear upon his face. He laughs. Your god lets out a loud and boisterous laugh among the radiant power of his divinity.
The Asgarlists. They won't win, but every vote will help for the future.
Leave the beyond. That's so funny that he's like, yeah, vote for the Asgardists. Well, it's a divine mandate. I was already going to, but I feel like now we have to. A bit of a white void, isn't it? Oh no, good. I was worried something had gone wrong. Oh, coming back in. Fantastic. Oh wow, look at this. Oh, there's the snail. What's his name? Iskurum. There's the duck, Fiskin. Oh man, everyone's here. The hag's out? That's so cool. Dawn of election day. Now we just need the moon slowly like descending down from above. Oh, amazing. Look at everyone.
The city roars around you, flocking the streets, hundreds seeking their designated polling place, and you lie on the central street of Tolstad, having successfully made it to election day. And over you.
Oh, shit.
The first thing you see is Snell getting up from the pavement beside you. He looks pale and queasy.
Why didn't you tell me this portaling business would come with nausea? You need to man up, buddy. Oh no, I've done enough. I've got enough manning done for a lifetime. I'm manned out. You're manned out. I'm manned out.
I agree with you, Snell. There have been enough manhood swung around this day.
A joke from the Celestial Ice Queen. Looking to your other side, Etia rises from the ground once more. She looks undisturbed by the plane shifting.
I should also mention, I am glad you are alive, both of you.
You don't feel any nausea, Etia?
That is not in my physicality, Cleric.
Well, that's unfair.
Unfair?
She lets the word linger.
Perhaps I will grow such organs once their purpose has been made clear.
Etia's many eyes look around.
It appears we have not been too conspicuous in our arrival. We must have appeared without fanfare. Good.
Bit anticlimactic, but...
convenient.
yeah, good way to describe it.
She sends and tells you both.
Darrow is waiting. Come speak when the time has come.
The angel floats away up the hill. Things feel less tense with her gone.
She'll be yours one day, if you're able to handle that radiant dawn.
Yeah, let's leave that for a post-election decision.
Snell stretches a bit, then takes a glance around the crowds.
Old man was right. Election sure has started. So we lost, what, 8 hours plus, something like that? Maybe less? And we were in the void for about an hour, give or take, right? Esoteric travel's highly unstable, Snell. We're lucky it didn't drop us off in Kargamesh.
Keep my helm pressed against the ground as I speak.
Oh, lucky us.
He mutters and looks like he's about to throw up as well.
Wonder what'd happen if we stayed there for longer, like a month. Would we come back years later? Nah, it'd probably get all wacky and unpredictable and send us back 5 minutes after we leave. Just to fuck with us. Just to fuck with us.
The goblin takes in the sight of election day. He breathes the air, his shoulders drop. Everything is fine. Nothing is wrong anymore.
You live to see another life.
A relieved smile on his face.
Ah! Right, game plan. It's not that late in the day, so there's no rush in voting. They won't close the polls until 9 o'clock. First of all, we need to report this to Lady Sageleaf. Then I'm assuming you'll need to have a chat with Darrow too. Is everyone here? Everyone? I mean, most of Tolstad. There's like a dozen different polling places set up around the city. This is just one of them. Where's Lady Sageleaf? In the garden, most likely. Oh, if my ears don't deceive me, Nearly's playing something on the field. We should go look. You should report to her first of all, in my humble opinion. Don't want to keep her waiting. Yeah, I need to talk to Darrow. Where do you think he is? No clue. Probably out here somewhere. Who else should I talk to? That's up to you, Cleric. And there's no stress. Once you've got the important stuff out of the way, you've got all day. It's only 10:20-ish. Oh gods! Snell! I need to figure out what I'm voting.
The goblin laughs.
I heard what you asked him there at the end. Just follow your gut. I'm sure it'll work out. It's just one vote after all, not the end of the world. Should I tell people that I met Earth?
Snell shrugs.
Honestly, I don't think anyone will believe you. Or at the very least, not take you too seriously. But hey, you do you. Okay, let's go. Come on, Snell. Here we are. There's the right button. Grab the hammer for a green coast. Asgardists.
I can't remember the rest of what he said. Should we see if we can learn any more from beholding him?
Oh.
There we go. Let's have a chat with him. The dwarven foreman crosses his arms when you approach, lifting his eyes to meet your gaze.
Mr. Cityman, can gladly inform you that the Asgarlan movement is going splendidly. And you,
He says with a grin, slapping you on the arm.
you've helped quite a bit. I'm just doing my duty to the cause.
The dwarf grins at you while nodding 3 times.
Happy to have you on our side, Cleric. In any case, we've got our duty to fulfill here in the last moments before a new, hopefully, green dawn. Make sure to put your vote in a wise way for the future of our city. For the future of our city. For Norvik.
All the dwarves around chant in unison.
For Norvik! For Norvik!
Cool.
Do yourself, Romulus.
Alright, let's chat with... Oh, wait, we can behold... Oh, we've already done it. Wait, can I steal from her? The Asgard chant election issue. Let's chat with her. She's probably just going to give it to us. A group of Asgard youth activists are handing out newspapers and chanting slogans. They are showing their values in the streets. One of them adjusts her glasses.
Cleric, thanks again for the ink. We managed to, just before the deadline, get each and every copy sent out across the city.
The girl moves up a stack of newspapers with a grunt, then looks at you.
The election issue's going out well enough, though I'm still pissed that I had to change the article. Feels like such a waste.
It's the safe move, you know it.
Yeah, I know. That's what's pissing me off. We want a splash to be noticed, otherwise it's just another minor sign. Nobody will bat an eye at this. Odessa, there's still good stuff in here.
Her halfling friend mutters from the side.
Yeah, I'm just saying, getting a reaction's good. That's exactly what the youth Asgards are all about. Confrontation, evaluation, intense debate. That's what Myrna always said. I mean, she still does, just as a foreman, not as our boss.
All of a sudden she wobbles a bit on the spot and her eyes grow dim. I can't remember who this is.
Odessa!
Her dwarven friend grabs her in time and gives her some support as she gets steady.
Oh, God damn it.
She swears and rubs her temples.
Thanks, Zerba.
Have you been drinking, citizen?
What? No. It was a long night,
Zerba explains.
Odessa didn't stop working until, well, we went here.
The halfling taps Modista on the arm with a rolled up copy of the chant.
Not again. You get yourself killed if you work this much. Yeah, get back to work, you two.
The human grunts and clicks her tongue.
You better read a copy, then go spread the word. Asgarlism is the future, and we're the future of Asgarlism.
You got a license to hand these out here?
She laughs.
Ha ha
Ha!
Laugh along with her.
I won't give you too many compliments, Cleric, but you are funny.
I leave them to their work. I want a copy of the election edition. Oh. She just gave it to me. Examine. You pick up the newspaper. It feels flimsy and light, like a cheap magazine. But the lettering is printed in a glistening and wonderfully thematic green. A very important choice. A good choice. All right, let's read the editorial. We built this city.
You open the page, your hands gripping the paper.
The Asgard chant election issue. We built this city. The cobblestones beneath our feet tell a story. Every brick in every building, every bridge spanning our canals, they speak of generations of Norvikian toil. As we approach the elections, we must remember whose sweat and sacrifice created the prosperity we see today. Recent events have shown us the challenges our city faces, the protests at the towers, ongoing disputes with various guilds, and concerns about the Golden Line policies have highlighted the gap between those who have ruled Norvik after Earth's fading and Norvik's working families. We cannot ignore legitimate concerns about economic inequality and the concentration of wealth. When guild membership fees burden working families, when our prosperity flows eastward instead of benefiting those who created it, we must act. But we must act wisely. The Free Striders want to turn Norvik into another free city, which means free for the wealthy to extract everything while the rest of us get nothing. We've seen what that looks like elsewhere. Wealth concentrates upwards. Workers lose their voice. What we need: advocate for policies that put Norvik's wealth in the hands of its people. Reform guild membership structures to ensure fair access. Support working families through expanded social programs. Continue building bridges between all communities in our diverse city. Change takes time. Real change, lasting change comes through democratic processes and building coalitions. The people of Norvik have power. The power of organization, the power of the vote, the power of solidarity. Use that power wisely. Support candidates who understand that progress means more than campaign promises. We built this city. We'll decide its future. A calm yet well-written ask for unity and progressive ideas. Not bad. I'll skim through it really quickly, see if there's anything else. Cool, no, that's everything else. Great. I'm wondering if I should equip that for fun.
Hello, friend. Oh, look, Romulus. It's the Cleric of Norvik, come to bless us once again. Aren't you just a darn lucky charm of a human, eh?
He slaps you on the arm.
roughly?
I actually met with one of those ancient snail people. What? What?
Yeah, it should be around here somewhere. A fellow called Iskurum.
God, you great, an actual snail folk. Alive and all. Last time I checked. I'll...
Appearing out of a puff of tiny esoteric sparks, Isk suddenly stands beside you. Yaloo!
Oh!
I heard my name. Oh, what was the voice I did for Isk again? Fuck, I can't remember. I heard my name.
That's...
The dwarf stares at the snail with a grin. In return, Isk just nods. Yes, absolutely. No need to worry. I've been in stasis for millennia. I'd say that loses me the mineral rights. The snail lets out a blubbering laugh. And I see. These white manes must have found something sinister in our halls, which isn't surprising, really. My kin were quite the mad bunch towards the end.
What?
Don't say anything. The dwarf stares blankly, then he gets it.
You're reading my mind.
Yes. Sorry, is that intrusive? I can't help it, you see.
No, very efficient. I like it. But then, do you know what it is?
Not to a degree that would make you happy, but perhaps to a degree that would be helpful. You see, my good dwarf, I too seek certain artifacts that could be found in Tul Lamon. So perhaps we could collaborate?
Yeah. Vindelict.
The dwarf reaches out and grabs the snail's hand, shaking it.
We'll make a good team, Isk.
Good. I'll be in touch. Yellow!
The dwarf turns back to you, his eyes beaming. Literally.
Can't believe this is happening. Years of toil and now everything happens at once. Thanks to you, Cleric.
He shakes your hand as well, leaving some snail mucus on your glove.
I'll be sure to let you know how it goes, and if you're interested in some freelancing, I'll be sure to reach out as well.
The dwarf laughs maniacally. The rust monster follows suit. Then he leans in with a sudden, serious expression.
You're voting green, aren't you? Of course! Ha! Gognet.
He laughs and slaps you on the arm again. Romulus makes a screeching noise on his shoulder.
Be seeing ya. Okay, bye. My bike.
Can I ride out of here with Snell? You see your bike now alone on the bridge.
It's absolutely beautiful, as always.
You wish to ride it?
You could head into the sunset with this one.
A manlier bike would be in red, but it will suffice.
Snell watches how you stare at the bicycle.
True love right here. Wonderful to see.
Ah! You cast knock on the lock of the bike.
Ah, so you didn't have your key?
I lost it in the river.
Ah, yeah, right, got it. So now you can ride your bike back home.
You want to ride with me?
I have a feeling that would be a bit of a death wish. Maybe some other day, but thanks for the offer.
Why is it alone? What happened to all the other bikes?
They probably cleared them to make room for the people here. Good thing they didn't touch yours.
I imagine this is how the cowboys of old Diminor felt when they were reunited with their horses.
We'll never know for sure, so yeah, why not? Off into the sunset on your yellow bike.
Dramatically appropriate.
Epic.
Cowboy tales are not real. Yeah, no, never mind. Now finish up here so you can do something important instead.
I'll come back for you. Mwah. Oh, there's a bunch of dwarves in red blocking the way. Fine, we'll go this way. Come on, Snell. Oh, there's all our friends.
Ah, did we ever figure out what you do with this? Oh, we did, yeah, cool. I couldn't remember.
Hello.
You walk up to the crab.
A blue crab. Bet he's a nationalist.
Why?
Blue is the color of Norvik.
So, we all share the city.
Not for long.
But isn't nationalism all red?
Norvik in the Arcane era was red, a time of bloodshed and violent growth. This era, this is blue.
And the crab made you think of that?
Yes.
I could cast Speak with Animals on it.
Hey there, fellow!
Watch out.
Oh, gods, Cleric.
Suddenly it leaps forward, snapping at your gloved hand. I'm going to get snibbly snabbed. The crab hits its target and attaches itself hard on your pinky.
Huh, wasn't as bad as I expected.
The crab remains attached.
Right, you're okay.
I'm okay.
Cool, okay.
I'll remove the crab from my finger. As you pull, the crab eventually lets go. Then it jolts around in your grab until it tumbles down. You watch as the crab dives into the river. You hear a light splash down below.
That was less dramatic than I expected.
You're a man. Of course you won't cause drama from a little crab. Oh no, I forgot to tell it what I was voting for in the election.
Don't worry, Cleric. I'm sure it already knows.
It probably does not care.
Right, who else have we got? Oh, yeah. That's right, we got her the arcane box. Oh, wait, is there anything else I can learn? No, cool. Neely. Neely sits on the grass playing a tune carried along on the wind. She is so deeply into her performance she does not notice you approach.
An interesting tune. Not traditional, but still neat.
She's good. She plucks her strings, but they are connected to the esoteric music machine. An interesting way to make music.
Esoteric music. How wonderful.
The goblin bard keeps playing to the HWBT goblins. Let's look at the audience. They're all spellbound by the melody. Mostly goblins of the Halfway Bridge tribe, enjoying a fine day outside.
You feel the community down to the earth itself.
Let her play, Cleric. And if you want to sit down and listen, I think we got the time. Yep, I'll just let her play. Do the right thing. Hello, Sage Leaf. Oh, yeah, go on. We might... Aye, fantastic. Oh, we still didn't get the last one. Damn it, we were so close. You approach the goblin chieftain sitting on the grassy field by herself. You notice several eyes fall upon you from the bodyguards stationed across the area. They're ready to attack you at a glance.
She's enjoying the sun.
Careful now. Be polite.
She doesn't look so intimidating sitting out here.
I guess dragons are just like reptiles, eh? Out here enjoying the sun?
The literal dragon in front of you clicks her tongue and stirs from her rest. She squints at you before closing her eyes again.
Snell.
Yes, my lady.
Report. How did it go?
Necklace of Fireball was used accidentally in the tea shop. Was meant to go off underneath the temple on election day. Right about now, in fact.
She leans forward in her seat and glares at her servant.
Lord Gorm, in the Beyond, wished us to use those deaths to bring back his god from the dead.
She stares at him.
You know, Earth.
I got that part.
Yeah, so, Lord Gorm was dealt with, and he's confirmed dead. Real dead, like dematerialized.
She glances at you, then back to Snell.
I see.
Yeah, so, threat was neutralized. Should be no ongoing repercussions.
The dragon clicks her tongue.
I want more details later, but good. Well done.
She turns to you with a slight smile.
You as well, Cleric. The service you've performed here is more than I ever expected.
A backhanded compliment. Love it.
You are honourable. Right, well, that should be it. Then there was that chat with Earth.
Right.
Lady Sagely looks away twice before raising her eyebrows to the sky. A classic double take.
Excuse me, did you say Earth?
Yeah, you handle that one. Oh, yeah, Earth lives in the space between. He's dead, but his spirit acts as a channel for magic.
It's just there.
Yeah, oh, rather, he used his last strength to reach out this time. We had a nice conversation. Good talk.
She points her finger towards Snell.
I want a full report on this later.
Of course, Lady Sageleaf.
Then the goblin chieftain grumbles to herself.
Esoteric bullshit.
Agreed. Cool esoteric bullshit.
Whatever.
She groans.
Good to have you back. I am at least very glad you did not get stuck out there in the void. And you, Snell. I am very, very happy you made it out alive. You're my best runner after all.
My lady.
He bows. Nerd. He loves her.
Oh, and one more thing.
Yeah?
You know I'm a dragon, right?
Snell stares at her.
His queen just dropped a bomb.
Oh.
She gestured lazily towards you.
The cleric faded out, so it was time for you to be told as well.
He blinks twice, then once more. He would ask her if she meant it metaphorically, but he knows all too well his lady does not speak in riddles as such. He struggles to find his words.
I know you suspected it, but here, I'll confirm it for you. I'm a very old green dragon.
Snell closes his slacked jaw.
My lady,
Are you still happy serving me, despite knowing this secret of mine?
He bows immediately.
Of course I do.
Then guard this secret with your life. There are many forces on the coast who would wish us harm had it been discovered.
She side-eyes you.
Of course, it is not a difficult veil to maintain. Who would believe such an obvious and fantastical rumour?
Aye.
Snell takes a step closer to his lady, his expression determined and excited.
I've always wondered about your nature, my lady.
He says softly, as not to let anyone among the festivities overhear.
It's a surprise, but it doesn't change anything. If there is no difference in the way you view goblins, if you're as loyal to us as we have been to you, then you are one of us. Flame-breathing or not, doesn't make a damn difference.
She scoffs. A soft scoff. The type to work as a disguise for some other much warmer feeling.
No flames from me, I'm afraid. I only produce heaps of chlorine gas.
Snell's eyebrows shoot towards the sky.
Chlorine what?
You and me will talk more about all of this later, Snell. For now, you can rest assured. This service you're provided has earned you a hefty promotion.
Thank you, my lady.
He's blushing. Adorable. His infatuation is showing.
And don't look so shocked. Your peers will believe that I've chewed you out or something.
Your companion attempts to compose himself and mutters, I'm just surprised that Cleric figured it out so quickly.
Still, she literally calls herself the Dragon of Tolstad.
The literal dragon cackles and leans back on her rocky seat.
Now go vote, you two. It's election day, for God's sake. Yes, Lady Sageleaf, anything you say.
She clicks her tongue with a smirk.
So you're really okay knowing that she's a...
The goblin gives you a surprisingly nonchalant shrug.
I won't stand here and say I'm unfazed, but really, doesn't change much. If anything, just makes me more certain. Halfway have a great future, and I'll be here to make sure it happens.
Oh gods, he's into it.
Such a curveball out of nowhere and nothing. Not even a sliver of uncertainty. Your companion is strong.
Snell will process this later. You're sure of it. Like all lower creatures, they yearn for service. It's only natural for him to bow before the lizard.
So what happened to Mr. Drummer?
Oh, that bird is sticking around. We've made a little deal after you got me his papers. His debt will be paid off, then he's free to go wherever he wants. Both of you did a wonderful job on that little mishap.
Glad that mess got fixed. I felt bad for him.
Don't. Drummer's a miscreant, dead set on taking shortcuts at every step. A terrible partner, a horrible opponent, an even worse friend.
She shakes her head.
I'll be glad to get rid of him once he pays what he owes me. Now scram.
I guess I'll bow my head and leave. Who's this guy? A somewhat talkative dwarf. Who's this guy? Shards of jaw. Dwarf ignores you and whispers to the goblins, the storm calls to us. Well, I'm gonna steal his shit. Who is this person? Could I detect alignment? I could redo my spells. Seems like a waste. Brr, waves his staff around the grass, causing little flowers to sprout. When he notices you, he tips his cap. Snell makes sure to keep a healthy distance from the conversation. Which you understand, his fear of mushroom runs deep. It is tragic, really. Oh, what was I can't remember the voice I did for the bird. Oh, man. This is the problem, right? There's so many NPCs in this, I've forgotten the voices I did. Let's go with... What would a mushroom sound like?
Cleric.
You speak normal now. No brr.
Nez cast tongues on me.
Nice. Stop.
Very kind of her. Allows me to interact with people up here.
Hey, Snell, you should come over here. Let's do some exposure training. What's that? Exposure training? Yeah. It's when you spend time around things you're afraid of in order to get used to them. Yeah, that sounds dumb. What if you're scared, completely rationally scared of giant badgers? Are you supposed to go dive into their nest just to see how many meters of intestines they're able to rip out before you get over your fear? Are you planning on ripping out my companion's intestines, brr?
I have no interest in that.
Says not interested in that, Snell? Yeah, I can hear you. No offense, Mr. Burr, but I'm just really not a mushroom guy.
That's okay. I don't really mind. I bet if you want to try that exposure technique later, I bet Ness would love to get close to you.
Despite the distance, you both hear and see the goblin shudder.
I'll think about it.
So polite. Anyway, hello.
That's the voice. That was it.
Hello.
Nice to see you up here.
Yes, it has been a very long time, and not nearly as bad as I remembered. Potentially it's simply because the weather is quite good on this day. But we will see. I probably won't stay too long.
Checking in on the election.
I am. It's very interesting. Reminds me a lot of the hive-minded peoples I've interacted with over the years. For the people to sway the course of the colony, it seems like wisdom. Though it could backfire depending on the general level of intelligence and individual wisdom of the people.
The mushroom speaks true. People are way too stupid to handle democracy.
You must believe in people.
They get what they deserve.
Liberty for all.
I believe in us as a collective.
Belief is good, I think.
He nods.
It's interesting to talk about this. Lots of people here seem to know about democracy. Thank you for sharing.
Hope to see you around.
You as well, Cleric. You appear to be a great person among your people. I wish you and your followers well.
He speaks as if you are a god yourself. That could be a thing.
You do deserve followers, obviously.
Whoa, careful. Don't want to get one of those egos.
We're obviously a walking god, the whole 50-50 chance and everything. The fact that we can see probabilities. You see the elf conversing with the giant central tree of Tolstad, her words clearly articulated.
Oh, my lord, do not fret, they do not wish you any harm. They are voting. It's called democracy.
She is speaking quite clearly. Taking care of her elders. How lovely.
The leaves on the tree rustle and the elf chuckles.
Yes, it is quite silly, isn't it? Oh, Cleric, I'm just having a nice chat here with Lord Pooh.
I could cast Speak with Words.
I'm not disturbing anything, am I?
Oh, no, don't worry.
The leaves rustle again and the elf translates.
He says hello.
A branch sways in the wind.
In a minute now, we have to be polite first. This cleric's a great hero in this city.
Is he trying to get rid of me?
She chuckles creepily.
In a nice way. I've been meaning to see how it went for you, actually, with your little trip.
Glance up at the pillar of jaw.
Yes, that trip. Lord Pooh, he saw it all. He sees most things around here, in fact. So he is interested too, aren't you, Minumbuni?
Well, it went well. Almost died, but that's usually how it goes with most things.
Snell listens to your description intently.
Interesting. Communication with the primal strings and our little Vata make it clear the disturbance of the tea shop has been calmed as well. You should feel proud, Cleric. That is an accomplishment.
Snell did a lot of the lifting.
Oh, did he now?
I mean, yeah. Maybe we should leave those two lovebirds their action.
Your companion mutters behind you. He stands quite a bit away as per usual.
Yes, perhaps we should. Though first, I should speak with you about a certain topic. Druidism, Cleric.
Okay, great. This is a true path to walk.
That is folly. Do not listen to this primal balance, idiot.
What about it?
It has no real foothold in Norvik, but we have a monthly meetups in various parks around the city. If you wish to partake in the next one, you have my official invitation.
Me, a druid?
Yes.
But I'm not a druid.
You cast primal magic, Cleric. That's the only real requisite to call yourself one.
I'd love to join. Nature's awesome.
Wonderful. I'll be sure to get enough fika for all of us.
Fika is like a morning tea that they have in Sweden, Norway, and I think Denmark as well. Basically, it's like a little coffee and a little cake. It's a whole thing. Like you stop work for it. It's like a little break in work as well. Fucking love socialism.
Yes! Fika!
I probably should have clicked that. It would have told us what fika is. A dwarven term for tea and cookies or something else sweet, usually used to take a break during work to the dismay of employers everywhere. Yeah. Never mind, I could have just let this explain it to you.
We usually discuss primal incidents, how to keep our parks and below areas safe from expansion, and so on. I'm sure they would be interested in hearing about the tea shop. Some people expressed concern over if it was primal or elemental related. I'll be glad to see you there, Cleric, and I hope you two enjoy this election day. You've earned it.
She smiles.
A creepy smile.
Snell clears his throat and looks awkward.
Time to go, Cleric.
He is standing quite a bit away from Nessun, as always.
I've been meaning to ask, Snell, but why are you so scared of mushrooms? Where does it come from? Not scared. It's a rational aversion.
Nessun chuckles, a deep chuckle.
You could probably dig a bit here.
Oh, fuck yeah, let's go.
No!
Oh, yes! We're fine. Thank you, enhance ability. Just push for it. He'll break.
Come on, Snell, you can tell me. After everything we've been through.
The goblin rubs his eyes. Ah, fine. Okay. He turns to face Nessun.
Not because of you, first of all, even if I'm sure you'd gladly take the credit.
Of course.
She smiles creepily, her eyes half glazed over.
It's a bit of a cliche, but I fell into a mushroom patch as a kid during the garden expansion. Spores got on my mouth, my eyes. It was awful. Took weeks for the icky feeling to disappear.
He shudders.
So excuse me if I'm a bit standoffish, okay?
Stackers Snell. Stackers, dwarven term, translating into something like poor little one or woe be unto thee.
Wow, that's so funny it's almost sad.
I'm so sorry that happened to you, Stackers Snell.
He groans.
Don't call me that.
Ah, I heard the halfways had trouble early on in the expansion process. Lots of little incidents like that. But I can promise you mushrooms are not as bad as they seem. If handled properly and not used to trap little goblin children, they are quite lovely fungi.
Sure, I get that, but I'm still going to stand back if that's okay.
Of course, Snell. Just let me know if you change your mind later. I'm always available for a hug.
Right.
He looks extremely uncomfortable.
Nice. Stackers Snell.
Tell Lord Pooh thank you for the cache. Some good stuff in there.
The tree rustles.
He understands you, and he tells you...
You interpret the tree as telling you, this ugly flesh pile does not deserve my treasures.
Oh, you can't say that.
She slaps the trunk. But she does.
I apologize on his behalf.
Flesh pile?
She smiles at you.
You are good at reading the tree. Oh.
She leans in and whispers.
I will calm him down. Sorry about this.
Sure, yeah.
Good.
I'll leave you to it.
This is a great epilogue where you get to kind of like catch up with everyone. Such a good design. And it's like perfectly lined out, so it's a bit of a rotational path. Oh, the mice. Oh, shit. What's he doing up there? You approach the 5 happy rats in a circle. A joyful squeaking fills your ears. How cute.
It's almost like they're holding a little debate. Gang warfare.
Little ones. They are honourable rats. The spell activates and your ears are suddenly filled with the most horrific sludge. Political bickering.
Are you a fool?
Squeaks the red rat, his tiny whiskers quivering with righteous fury.
The blessed teachings of Earth demand human supremacy. These streets belong to the children of Norvik, not some mongrel coalition of...
A good little rat.
Oh, spare us the dead god propaganda,
Interrupts the yellow rat, rubbing her paws together.
What this city needs is economic freedom. Join the Free Cities Trade Network and watch prosperity flow like grain through a broken silo. Democracy, commerce, liberty.
Hell yeah, good rat.
Liberty.
The green rat practically foams at his whiskers.
Liberty to exploit the working rodent. Your free trade is simply slavery with extra steps. The Workers' Party demands fair wages for every creature, rodent, even the oppressed sewer newts.
Why does the green one speak like a Vorgeni Highlander?
Radical.
But well thought.
The white rat wrings his tiny paws desperately.
Please, can't we all just get along? I mean, we're all rats here. Surely there's common ground. Don't be a pussy!
The red rat hisses back. The black rat then lets out a voice like grinding millstones.
Let us find no common ground in the ashes of your pathetic ideologies. When the great burning comes, all your politics will matter naught. The agricultural collective understood this as they feasted upon the grain before they sold their souls to the green fool's workers' paradise.
The Agricultural Party were crypto-fascists,
Snaps the green rat.
We absorbed their few decent policies and discarded their reactionary... Crypto-fascists.
The red rat's eyes bulge. Red rat's eyes bulge.
We're the ones preserving traditional values while you preach the dissolution of species hierarchy, Earth's divine plan. No, Jacob, I was talking about the agricultural collective. Oh, I just assumed.
Can I ask something?
No!
They all yell in unison except the white rat who holds up a paw.
I want to suggest a bit of a break.
The white rat practically weeps.
Maybe if we all just took a moment and thought about how our words can hurt other people, maybe we can learn to love one another and be truly happy.
They all look at one another for a bit as silence sweeps their debate circle.
Like a...
The white rat continues.
Compromise? Compromise is weakness.
The red rat shrieks.
Compromise is exploitation.
Green rat shouts even louder.
Compromise is bad business.
Yellow rat shrieks, the loudest of them all. Yeah, go on, keep listening.
Is business all you think about?
Okay. Oh my god, never mind. Never mind, I regret. Eventually the time on the spell runs out. You really sympathize with the white rat. I regret! You approach the crocodile man, a deep growl coming straight from his stomach.
The sound causes you to shiver. You know he is hungry. Kraid does not often visit city during day. Not so many good targets. A few, he says and nods. A few. Kraid hungers.
You're not going to attack anyone, are you?
Kraid considers it.
The monster shrugs.
For now, the hunt is sadly ceased. This election is not Kraid's time to shine.
So you're just hanging about?
Visken asked. In case of trouble, he asked Kraid to, yes, hang about. Kraid hopes there is trouble.
His mouth drools.
Good day, Kraid.
Wait. The kobold stands in a corner, watching over the area with the eyes of a hawk.
Cleric, go. I do not want to talk, not to you.
That's rude. Why are you so rude?
You are rude. Have you ever looked in mirror? Rude face on cleric.
You can't see my face. I have a helm on.
No, but I know you are ugly under metal. Very ugly.
Sticks and stones may break my bones.
That is true, but has nothing to do with conversation. Stupid cleric.
The kobold growls at you. Cute. Then his eyes suddenly light up.
Wait. Did I remember? Milk run.
Uh-oh.
Cleric need to pay 10,000 crown now.
I wasn't able to sell any of the milk, though.
Of course not, because cleric is stupid. Now pay.
No.
Of course cleric can't pay, because cleric is terrible and stupid. Now cleric leave and cleric owe me recoup.
I'm going.
Wait, give us enhance ability back, just in case. Can I give him the milk? Or the 10,000 cleric?
No.
Aw, man. Now I owe him that money forever. Shit.
Hello, cleric.
Hey, are you voting?
I've done so already, yes. I'm an early bird.
Delicious need sleep.
No, cleric. I was being facetious.
What?
I said I was being facetious. Facetious.
That's not what you said.
That's not what he said.
I might have mispronounced that, Cleric.
It's a little funny, you must admit.
Snell holds his sides, laughing loudly. Then he suddenly stops and takes a step back.
Please don't kill me or the cleric.
Fiskin stands there, not moving a single muscle in his stale, pale face. I will consider it. He then squints his eyes in the sun. I will schedule a meeting with you, Cleric, about your trip to the Beyond.
Oh!
That information will be highly valuable. Tell him. The knowledge and perspective he can provide will be worth it.
Of course, I'll come by the Lich House later and explain.
Wonderful. Must also thank you for completing this quest of yours.
No problem.
He slowly raises his hand before him, forming it into a thumbs up. Well done, Cleric. You've been an exemplary government employee. I'll see you soon.
Yeah, see you. Hello, Duck.
Soldier.
The Dark Knight greets you with a word, his voice emanating ominously and quite esoterically from his armor. He does not say anything. You cannot get him to speak, but you know all too well there is something here you are missing. Figure out what's up with this guy. Go on. Shit. I think we'll be okay, though. Yeah.
Wait.
What?
By the gods, look at his armor, his axe, the way he speaks. He's a paladin, one wrought in rage and darkness.
Resurrected by Visken.
Yes, a shade of an old icon. And you know which?
Oh, gods, it's...
Yes, Borgo Darrow.
The first paladin of Earth.
The one and only. His corpse must have been stolen by the foul, pale man.
You're Borgo Darrow. You're Borgo Darrow, the first paladin of Earth.
He says nothing for a while. He has not heard that name in a very long time.
Darkness, soldier. Decades of service, all to darkness.
He shifts his armor, an unnatural creak reaching your ears.
The coast aligns itself to the tune of weak fools, sticks bundled into kindling, waiting for a spark. I serve Visken, I served Earth. A man needs to serve. Tomorrow I might serve another, or I return to the darkness.
He leans in, his voice going rough and low.
I am a shade, soldier. I exist to serve and vanquish.
So you want to serve Visken?
The necromancer animated me. I am a shade of his making.
What do you remember of Earth?
He was a man. He brought great things to the lives of men. I served him well.
You fought during the conquest. You killed trolls.
Foul beasts. They were good combatants.
What do you think of Earth folk today?
They are weak. Their choices will haunt them. I care not to watch.
What do you think about your descendants? Magistrate Darrow's your, great-grandson?
I care not for their trifling. They're a clan of spoiled weaklings, an embarrassment on my old flesh. Oh gods.
That's a condemnation if you ever heard one.
You would like your great-granddaughter, though. She's an evil warlock assassin.
Oh, what?
Yeah, she tried to kill me multiple times with dark magic and everything.
Multiple times? She failed at killing you.
They really are related, aren't they?
Like father, like descendant.
I'm not that easy to kill.
What an embarrassment.
Damn, that poor girl. No wonder she turned to the dark side. Your entire lineage is all judgment and no nurture.
I actually spoke with Earth just a while ago.
He snaps his head in your direction.
Oh shit.
Your stomach stirs.
Speak, soldier.
I met him in the Beyond. He's dead, but his spirit remains.
Earth is... Tell me, what does he speak on?
He knows Norvik faces enemies on all sides. Free striders, corrupt magistrates, foreign threats, and he still wants us to face the risk of democracy.
Then he is a bigger fool than I imagined.
The Dark Knight grinds his gauntlets together.
When I learned he faded, I did not mourn.
What?
For he led this city into ruin. Earth was a fool. Earth was meek. That is why he failed.
Heretical language from a shade of a man. Borgo Darrow has fallen into despair, and this is all that is left of him. Leave him to his wallowing.
It was his meekness that saved us, time after time.
He is silent for a bit.
Ominous.
Believe me, soldier, the time will soon come.
His voice turns into a whisper, a wind upon the wind.
The reckoning at last.
Listen, death is on his mind, blood and death. He speaks like a slogan machine. That was fucking terrifying. Alright, let's go speak to the Demi-Lich.
Bondevald!
Did I never behold him? Oh, natural 20. Keep on his good side. Absolutely will do. You spot a familiar skull perched on the crumbling edge of the ancient snail tower overlooking the river. He's completely still, like an ornament of a particular morose garden decor.
Bondevald!
Cleric!
The skull spins to face you, gems twinkling.
Come, sit with me.
He gestures with nothing. He seems to think he gestured.
What are you doing out here?
Taking in the view, obviously.
Yes, obviously. Sit next to the skull.
Sometimes a man needs to stretch his legs, get some fresh air in his lungs.
He has neither legs nor lungs.
This spot is great, isn't it? The river, the sky.
It's nice, yeah.
But I've been thinking, Cleric.
The skull rattles slightly.
I need a new doom.
I quite liked your secret chamber, very necromantic.
My current alcove is fine, but fine is not spectacular. A necrolord deserves better.
What did you have in mind?
The North Wall. Have you seen the view from up there? Magnificent. I could set up a whole laboratory, balcony overlooking the city, maybe a reading nook by the window. The altitude alone would be worth it. The feng shui alone would lead to much more attuned ley line access.
I live on the North Wall, it's nice.
You do? Good, then you have a new neighbor soon.
I'd love to have you as a neighbor, Bondeval.
I'm sure I'll make you regret saying that.
How did you get out of the crypt?
What do you mean? I simply walked.
In all honesty, if the average Norvikian saw a skull floating on, by casually, then they would most likely not assume it was an evil undead. They would assume it was a joking illusion or cat trick by some neighboring kid.
Feng Shui?
Wait, sorry, wrong button. I'll stick with that.
Feng Shui?
Don't get me started. It's one of my many hobbies. And I know what you're thinking. Why would an incredibly honorable lich like myself ever dabble in celestial bullshit? One reason. Balance of the elements. Radiance might hurt quite a bit, but that pain can be the secret to longevity, you know. I would know. I'm immortal.
Are you really a lich? You seem more like a talking skull who reads so many magazine tales.
I would retort with something clever, but I'm enjoying the sun far too much to entertain your inane comment.
Good luck with that.
Luck? Ah, luck is for mortals who don't plan ahead.
The skull turns back towards the river.
Visken thinks I'm being ridiculous, of course, but what does he know about interior design?
Not much. His lair is pretty drab.
Exactly. Anyway, good talk, Cleric. Always a pleasure.
The undead gentleman is politely asking you to leave his company.
If you need me, I'll be here.
You will not. Everything you have learned from this mad demi-lich has already been extracted.
Is it really okay for an undead creature like this to just hang out in the sun?
A zombie or ghoul might be affected in serious ways, but a demi-lich is no vampire. They have no hypersensitivity to sun and or regular light. Clearly, old Bondeval here doesn't even have any regular sensitivity.
See you around, Bondeval. I actually quite like the old skull.
It's a shame that I can't learn anything more from him. I thought for sure we could extract more information. Who's this guy? A very happy dwarf.
Love to get a griffin one day.
But we can't talk to the griffin. Makes me sad. Alright, let's go chat to... Wait, are there any more beholds? Oh, go on. If we get a natural 20. Oh, never mind. What did we learn? Her backstory aside, this tiefling finds meaning in the crowns in capital. Yeah, fair enough.
Hello!
You see Rick standing outside the tavern, the stone table before her covered in papers.
Ah, why if it isn't the cleric?
Hello, Rix!
She stretches a bit with a sigh.
My goodness, such a lovely day, and here I am, busy as can be. You need help with anything? Oh, maybe you want to share how your little quest went about,
Got any plans after the election, Rick Spiter?
Oh, nothing I can talk about too concretely, not yet anyhow. I've got a few expansions planned. Currently the third place business is covered in housing in the palace, but North Wall is quite ripe at the moment, so I'm thinking of taking on something new there. I've got a few potential locations scouted up.
North Wall? I live there.
How lovely! Don't tell anyone you heard it from me, but there are plans for a new living complex on the upper dungeon floors. That means there'll be lots of foot traffic. That means a lot of thirsty people. Anyhow, it's all just ideas and concept for now. Depending on who wins the election too. Hopefully the Free Striders, that should make my plans easier.
What about you, Lisa? Any plans for the future?
I've only just started to think about it, but...
Rick Spider gives her a fiendish grin.
It's quite the idea.
The hag cackles. A nervous cackle.
There is no mega coven in Norvik. That will change with the election. Potion brewing focused on Ascani resources. That would be big business. There are many hags attempting to form something. Lots of intrigue going on behind the scenes. Now, I believe our dear Lisa here would be an excellent CEO. She's terribly skilled. She's got free strata contacts. Her CV's about twice as long as my life story. I'd have to actually join the coven to do that.
Rick Spider blows out air and waves her comment off.
Just make one. Going the communal socialist route of sharing and caring will only result in infights and power struggles. We can totally get you some funding. The haglets will come dropping in like vultures afterwards. You'll have a mega coven in no time. Always the optimist. Fake it till you make it, baby.
She winks at you.
We need a mega coven. You'd make a great mega coven dictator, Lisa.
Please don't call it that, but thank you.
So you're okay leaving your hiding place?
Yes, the gloam and appeared to fade once you left us, Cleric. Whatever you did, it removed the stink of blood and guts upon the strings. Lucky that. I'd hate to see anything bad happen to Norvik's most prominent freelance hag. So nice of you to say that, Rix.
I know, I'm a doll.
Have you voted?
Rix lets out a dramatic, exasperated breath.
Hell, spells, I'd completely forgotten about it. Voting was the last thing I've thought about today.
She's got her eyes on the prize of being economic prosperity.
But yeah, I should go toss in my card.
The hag, however, raises her hand and says,
I voted at dawn when they opened. For the agriculturists, of course. I like their manifesto. They're a bit too small business-minded for my preference, but not bad.
I'm ahead inside.
Oh, you can't. We're closed.
Don't worry, I have a key.
The fiend thinks for a second and snaps her fingers.
Right, Olzis. Just don't go losing that key. Olzis is allowed to hand them out according to our contract, but I'm the one who has to pay to replace the locks. So don't go dying in some cave somewhere. Cost me a fortune.
What if I died via total body disintegration?
That's more okay as long as the key went with you, but just forget I said anything.
See you around. All right, let's go talk to the Sphinx. I like Olzis. She's cute.
Wait, can we get out this door? No. What about down the well? Aha. Oh, I can't steal from her though.
Olzis!
Big party outside.
Yeah, it's the election.
I'm joking. Just because I'm on a divine mission doesn't mean I can't be a little silly sometimes.
She takes a swig of wine.
I have a good feeling about this one. This ongoing change. It feels different. Might just be my superstition, or perhaps all these people I share my lair with these days. But I like this era. It's interesting.
The Sphinx puts down her barrel.
Or maybe it's the wine talking.
She says with a mysterious smile.
I agree. It's a good feeling era.
You've only lived for 30-something years, human. Wait until you live through 3 years, then you can comment.
27, actually.
Oh, interesting.
She sips on the wine.
As old as the era, huh? How prophetic.
I'm going to shrug.
Anyway, how did your little planeswalk go?
Went great.
Good to hear. I figured that emblem would work wonders. Been a while since I handed out a key like that. Anyhow, how did it go?
Well, I met Earth.
You did? How is the old badger?
You're not even shocked. Not even surprised.
The massive Catwoman shrugs.
I've seen stranger things. I'm just happy you survived. Going out beyond isn't exactly the safest hobby.
She finishes her barrel of wine and lets out a sigh.
What a lovely day. I think I'll have another. I'm in a very good mood today.
She's so drunk she's doing the opposite of speaking in riddles.
Did Disco Room come by to see you?
The snail? Oh yes. Haven't seen one of those in years. Literally.
He came by here.
We did. We had a lovely little chat.
So you didn't know him from back in the day?
Oh goodness, no. Do you realize how many of them there were? Sounded like he wished very much to revisit me in the future. I'm looking forward to it.
You sure you're not voting?
I'm fine, truly.
You're not lonely down here?
Oh, my sweet cleric. This place will be packed tonight. I'm just enjoying the silence while it lasts.
See you around, Aldous. You're great.
All right, let's head on up. Who do we need to check in with? We're doing everyone. This will be a longer episode, for sure. For good reason. We've got to check in with everyone. The merman landlord is fishing in the river, as per usual. He acknowledges your presence with a grunt. I'm going to grunt back. He grunts again.
Remember that rock you caught?
A shard of jaw, yeah.
Just after you left, I got an actual catch. Big one.
He holds out his thick arms to show you.
7 foot thick. Got one hell of a dinner that night.
I'm jealous.
Assuming your dragon up at that rock must have called it forth. Someone in my gut tells me that. So thank you for that.
He grunts neutrally.
You sure you don't want to hear more about that esoteric pocket that just popped up in the middle of the night, just in case it comes back?
No, Cleric. I wish to keep my mind off esoteric things and events, if you please.
All right, be boring then.
A man of business, not chatter.
Man with focus. You could be like him one day, all stoically cold and steely. What a life.
I'll grunt and leave then, I guess.
Ho, ho, ho.
Ho, ho, ho. Fuck was that? Ah, it's our friend. Yeah, go on, let's chat with him. Quickly refresh my throat. All these voices switching back and forth is killing me right now. Especially those really, really deep ones, good lord. The fancily dressed free strider strikes a pose as you approach him. He takes a deep whiff of the air and exclaims,
By golly, what a beautiful day for an election.
You appear to be enjoying your freedom.
You betcha.
He lifts his chin.
I've been present at over a dozen first elections across the coast in my lifetime. I've seen the populace embrace the free strider ideal, free trade, democracy, prosperity, liberty for all.
How does Norvik compare?
Oh, it's quite a unique beast, I'll tell you. Free stridism is built on such a core concept of freedom that it overcomes cultural barriers with ease, you see. But here in Norvik, it's even grander than usual. It's like a powder keg just waiting to pop off into a wonderful cacophony of prosperity. Maybe powder keg is a poor choice of simile, but still.
Yeah, it is.
He looks upwards towards the pillar and sighs.
Oh yeah. Oh, anyway, did you catch that smoking invisible man I mentioned?
Oh, Lord Gorm. Yeah, I found him in the beyond.
Wait, isn't that...
Yes, Lord Gorm, Paladin of Norvik.
He was the one behind the explosion.
Snell leans against the wall and gives you a jaded look.
Well, not really. He was trying to blow up the election, actually, with a necklace of fireballs he got from the Illim, but it went off prematurely in the tea shop that day. Oh, he was doing it to resurrect Earth, which maybe could have worked. But anyway, I also met Earth, who was sort of dead in the beyond, and we had a chat. Really informative. Quite a spiritual experience, if I'm being honest. I still haven't really processed the whole thing yet.
The free strider stares at you with a slack jaw.
Oh! There was also a coup against the city by the free striders. You should look into that.
Excuse me?
Both Earth and Lord Gorm proved it to me that some magistrates of Norvik are actively selling out the city to the Free Striders. It includes casting Feeble Mind of the Lord Patriarch some years ago, keeping it under wraps. Though maybe you're already aware of all this, being a trade prince and all.
Mary looks at you, then over to the pillar again.
Look, the free cities have a lot of deals, some of them quite shady, but we actively fight against corruption of this kind. It would be complete else if this one got out in the public. I'll absolutely look into this. If there is foul play going on, I will be sure to handle it behind the scenes.
You should put it out in the open.
It's not quite how we handle things, like. Thank you for bringing this to my attention.
He starts writing down notes for himself.
You're not going to write about this in your books, are you?
I don't think anyone would believe me if I did. Might be good for fiction, no?
I'm going to shrug. He nods.
Very glad you survived the beyond that list. Wouldn't be too happy knowing I'd accidentally sent a cleric to his death.
He lets out an awkward laugh.
I'm happy you survived the troll as well. Wait, what did I say? I'm happy you survived. I'm happy you survived the troll as well.
Oh, well, that's all on you.
He gives you a wide smile.
I'll be sticking around for a few more days, so we should speak more in this time. But first, you should place your vote, good fellow.
Oh, right, I need to do that.
Yes, you do. For liberty!
He exclaims and lets out a bellowing laugh.
But seriously, we should talk more later. I'll find you.
He winks.
Cool. I'll leave you to it. Hello, friend.
Hey, takashihaya. Busha Vincent Bainu, Chinik Tukayama, Nekov Chief Sonsunsu, Ed Bit, Ikazagvi Baina Kajbigashik.
Primordial.
She's speaking in tongues. Oops.
You're not having a stroke, don't worry. I'm just going to stare at her. She taps her hands together with a sigh. I'll wait a few seconds. She waves her hand. Oh, what voice did I do for her? Can't remember.
Yes. Now?
Yeah?
Great. Sorry, tongues must have run out. Good to see you again. My big spender of a customer. Thanks to you, my supply is entirely dry now. The last wares went to some election enjoyers here.
How much did you spend?
Let's think about what I bought.
Lots of random stuff, clearly.
She bows her head to the ground.
Thank you very much for your patronage, my dear warrior.
Do you know what a deck of many things is?
Of course, classic. Lots of these mythical tales floating around from around the Fade era, I think.
They're all lost to time now, they say, but I've heard rumours of one or two hidden in some private collection.
I used one just a while ago.
Really? And you lived?
It was a pretty esoteric experience, I'll admit.
I find that highly impressive, warrior. I will make sure to find you later to force you to indulge this tale of yours. That I promise.
Enjoy your time in Norvik. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Hello!
Cleric, isn't it a lovely day for an election?
You sound happy.
How could I not? Years of effort, all for this. The revolution aims at the liberty of folk around the coast. And if recent polls are being believed, it appears we've succeeded in that goal for Norvik.
You won't take my city. You never will.
She raises an eyebrow.
Your city? We're all citizens here, Cleric. We all have a voice. From what I hear, Free Striders will most likely form a coalition with the Nationalists, bonded through compromise and prosperity for all. It's beautiful to see.
Coalition without the Asgarlists.
Course. No, it wasn't on the table. Turns out the dwarves are difficult to work with and despise already compromise. Who would have guessed?
What about the Party of Magic?
Old Man Practice Party? I don't think they've got over the minimum last poll. It was around 2-3% though, so who knows. Still guessing you used some charms to get the votes.
She says with a glint in her eye. The minimum is 5. Prax is a washed up fool either way. If you took over, it would have gone differently.
Wish the agriculturists were still in the race. I'm a farmer. It's in my blood.
She laughs.
Oh, I'm sure the agri-cult will rise again. There's been rumours of farmers going against the Asgarlus line. Maybe they'll even find reason and join the revolution.
Yes. It'll be interesting to see.
Sure will.
Takes a deep breath.
Do you know who the current ambassador of Golden Horde is?
Should I?
No. Happened to speak with him the other day. We have a working relationship with the GEH, as you understand. Your name came up during that meeting. If they're to contact you in the future, just be careful. We're on good terms and I'd like to keep it that way. That's without owners.
Why did my name come up?
Let's just say they're looking for clerics that might be interested in non-city jobs. But remember, so do we. Revolutionary Free Striders would be very happy to be in contact with you in the future, Cleric. In case it's interesting.
I'm just a cleric.
Oh, you're so much more than that, I assure you.
She grins, her tusks gleaming in the sunlight.
Have a lovely election day.
I'll nod and leave. Rollo and his little brother. I'll go on, let's see if we can learn anything else. Nope. Oh, maybe. Aw. I wonder what happened to their dad, the one I resurrected.
Hey.
You find the blonde kid standing with another much smaller blonde kid.
Hey, look, it's a cleric. Cleric.
The blonde kid gives you a somewhat decent salute.
I hope you're doing well.
I'm doing well, yes.
Okay. Well, we just voted. Or I did. Yeah, I'm not old enough yet. Which seems stupid. I know more about politics than most people here.
Good. Start early. You'll be a great voter by the time you're of age.
Yeah.
Rollo crosses his arms and looks up into the sky.
I actually voted blank as a protest. I know it doesn't matter really, but I just felt like doing something on a day like this, you know?
Yeah, it's all corrupt. Let's burn it all down.
Yeah, or,
He shrugs.
cities ruled by sycophants. We need some type of change, but none of the parties do it justice. That's my thoughts at least.
Maybe the agriculturalists?
Maybe. Sad they got swallowed by the Asgarlists.
Rollo then turns to his kid brother and says,
Don't repeat any of that, okay?
Arn nods.
Snitches get breaches, that's what Dad always said, right?
He shoots Arn an icy look. That's not the right saying. But man, don't talk about the dead dads like that, kid.
Dad always says, that's more correct, right?
Rollo sighs.
I just don't want to think about him. Arsehole should have stayed dead.
Oh, your father was resurrected.
Yeah, it's a bit embarrassing to say, but he was on PR.
Potential resurrection.
Yeah, and the cheat one at that died slowly after hitting his head.
He makes a grimace.
Once they told me that the price of the Revivify spell, though, I just couldn't bring myself to actually pay it. I knew he'd be left on ice for 6 months due to his insurance, so I still had a couple of weeks to decide whether or not to spend the money.
You had the money?
Yeah, Dad had it saved in a little revivification jar. They sold them down on the market, but we were going to pay it.
The blood lanky kid sighs, the type of sigh you hear from a man much older than him.
Eventually, yeah, but it does say something that both me and I were very okay with waiting until the end. He's not a good dad. He's not a monster or anything, but not good. Let's leave it at that.
The level of terribleness could be assessed as slightly better than violent assault and slightly worse than general narcissistic activity. Surprisingly good assessment from the green one. Thank you.
Did you get home?
They did. Wasn't pretty. Wrapped in a tarp, screaming and ranting. His mind was probably still gone from being dead for so long. But I told him to get lost. I've already taken over the contract on the apartment. I threatened him with a legal case if he didn't get lost. We did give him all his clothes and stuff before. Yeah, it wasn't all screams and fights. He eventually just took his stuff and left.
What an asshole.
Yep. He also said a very special-looking cleric resurrected him in the Lich House. Was it you, cleric?
Whoops.
The blonde kid lets out a tired groan.
Well, you saved us 300 pieces. That and the effort of having to actually go there and pay someone to res him. Yeah, that's like 2 months' rent for us, so thanks.
2 months' rent. The cost of a father's life. It's a strange world we live in, where life is valued like this.
So you waited in resurrecting your father because it was awkward?
I mean, I couldn't just leave him there. Be even worse than him if I did something evil like that. I'm not evil.
He is not.
But at the same time, that asshole didn't deserve to get treated nicely, even after fucking up his life in a stupid bathroom fall like that.
I would give anything to be able to resurrect my father.
Rollo gives you a sad look.
Is he a good man?
He fought a troll to save us all.
Rollo and Arn both look at you for a while as you stare into nothing.
Yeah, well, our dad's a cunt. But I guess that's how the world works. Some cunts get to live and some good men have to die.
Would it be awkward if I asked for those 300 crowns back?
Yeah, cleric. Yeah, it would be.
Alright, good luck handling that mess.
Thanks.
Rollo says with a chuckle in his throat. Arn gives you a toothy smile.
We can handle any mess. Damn right.
Any news, kid?
Some fights last night at the Flip. Most papers just focus on their election issues today, though, just like the rest of the city. Looks like the Nationals will win if you believe the closing polls, and beyond that...
The kid picks up a paper from behind him and shows you a picture on the last page.
There's a new party in the race.
It's the Post. Not often they entertain tiny offshoots like this.
The Adventurous Party.
Adventurous Party. The picture shows a group of armored dungeon delvers standing around a tall human with a well-placed neck tattoo, an amazing haircut, and a friendly grin on his face. A handsome fellow, the type they love to plaster across as many issues as possible.
Looks like a bad man.
Well-groomed, attentive, objectively likable.
They seem just like a Free Strider branch party.
Rollo says as he too looks at the picture.
Like hypermarket liberals, the type that want the entire economy to be built around finding loot in dungeons.
Awesome.
I don't know why, but I hate this guy already.
Guess so.
Snell laughs after taking a glance across the article as well.
What kind of ass-kissing article is this? Did he charm the entire Post faculty?
That's my working theory, yes.
Either way,
Blood Kid gives you a stern look.
hope you have a great election day, cleric. Yeah, there's a ton of stuff going on, really fun.
The boys return to their huddle.
Don't get into trouble, boys.
Who the fuck's this guy doing like weird flexing at them? Is he like albino Shrek? Okay. Who haven't we talked with? Alright, up the stairs we go.
Up the stairs we go, and then the tunnel.
Okay. Can I learn anything else about Darrow? I can! 22, that should be most things, right? Fuck yeah. Lawful evil. Can I steal anything from him? Oh, that's what we're talking about. You see Coin Lord Darrow speaking to a brown-haired girl in a dress.
His daughter.
They share a phenotype.
It's just an application. You know well enough how proud your mother would be if you were accepted, Freydis.
I'm not going. And it's not just an application, Dad. For fuck's sake, you pretty much own them.
He scoffs. And when exactly did I buy this university? The girl holds out a letter, shaking it in his face.
Our name's in the damn pamphlet.
Look, he says actually calmly. It's the best establishment on the coast, sweetie. You could at least visit before you... He then notices you standing there, a bit too late.
Oh yeah, it's her, the so-called assassin.
Cleric? Frey goes wide-eyed, glancing between you and Snell.
Anger? Fear? No. Her eyes are screaming, not these fucking guys again. Apologies for the swear word.
Sweetheart, we'll continue speaking about this over dinner.
Yeah,
She mutters.
She points 2 fingers your way when her dad doesn't notice.
A message appears in your mind.
Shut your fucking mouth and don't say anything to Dad.
After sending the message, she mutters an awkward,
Of course, Dad.
before sending you one more message.
Please.
Is this your daughter, Magistrate Darrow?
Yes, indeed. He taps her on the head. Our Freydis is quite the talent, you see, a proud inheritor of House Darrow.
Sure.
What's this about a university?
Oh, nothing. Just the typical big choices of the youth.
Magestone, in Youth Reason.
Magestone, one of the most famous universities on the coast.
Half across the world.
Darrow, there's something Frey here needs to tell you.
No, there's not.
Excuse me?
I accidentally overheard her before. She wants to join the Earth Guard. She's got some magic talent, I believe.
What?
The Coin Lord laughs. Did she now?
Well, I'm sure I could change those pesky gender rules if I wanted to.
Fascist feminists. A strange event. A most peculiar set of creatures.
But
I'll think about it. We'll talk more tonight, Frey. The girl looks at her father and to you. Then she walks away, rubbing her eyes. The Coin Lord cuts in. Cleric. He wipes the dad expression from his face and crosses his arms. Good thing you did not get lost in your little planeswalking bout. You must have found proof of your rogue spellcaster, hiding in the beyond, I assume. The problem is, our beloved Lady Sageleaf was told everything. He takes a step forward and glares at you. She knows all the details of the tea shop and has already begun legal proceedings. I find that highly annoying. The Coin Lord looks at Snell. I believe your lady is already well aware of that fact?
Sure.
Sure, he answers in a monotone voice.
You don't control me.
Evidently not. He sighs and rubs his temples. No matter, it is what it is, and what it is a massive headache in the coming weeks. So thanks for that.
You're welcome.
The Coin Lord adjusts his expensive robe and lifts his head, looking toward the pillar of jaw. Now, your esoteric excursion. What did you find out there? The root cause was handled, I hope?
For anything else you should know, Visca the local mortician is a lich.
He waves a hand in front of you as if to toss away your comment. I don't want to hear that. He's caused no trouble and we do not want any.
But
no buts. He's a valued guest of the city and we do not want to get on his bad side. Now focus.
Right, I get it.
Good.
Are you aware Lady Sageleaf is a dragon?
He too leans in to whisper back. Yes, don't worry, Cleric. Little goes on in this district, which isn't in my witches. He clears his throat. I am aware. Wow, he screwed that one up. He's smooth for being such a knob.
It was Lord Gorm. He blew up the tea shop.
Lord Gorm. He's taken aback by your words. So he's not dead in some dungeon below.
Lord Gorm was planning on blowing up the election with a necklace of fireballs. He went off prematurely in the tea shop.
I'll be damned. He genuinely did not expect to hear that. Then the Coin Lord nods. Okay, I understand.
I defeated him in the Beyond. He did not survive.
Ah, good. Well, the election's clearly going smoothly, so on behalf of the city, I thank you for your service, Cleric. Coin Lord sees more people arriving from the hill, his eyes narrowing. This is the end of our talk. As you might imagine, I'm quite busy on a day like this. He starts walking away towards the crowd. Be wise, be vigilant, Cleric. His words come across more as a threat than advice, to be honest. As he disappears up Tolstad, Snell lets out a groan.
What an arsehole. A massive, sneaky arsehole. Biggest on Tolstad. Absolutely enormous. Gaping, if you will. Oh boy. We'll come back and vote in a second, Snell. There's more people to talk to.
Is that two greased up goblins discussing plans?
Promise you, dude, it's a classic. Greased up gobros, can't go wrong.
A barrel full of grease. What the fuck? Two greased up gobros? Well, I'm pleased other people are using my terminology now. Oh, just enough. Oh, okay. He's your friend. He will be useful. What was my voice for Braxo?
Here we are, election day at last.
Little Devil shows you a fiendish grin.
You ready to vote, Cleric?
I have no idea what to vote.
Figured to be old Mr. Tunnel Vision.
He glances at the windows.
Nah, there's still time though. No need to rush it. So many interesting people coming out here today. Plus, I'm sure you got a ton of stuff to catch up on. Heard you were MIA for some time there.
Yeah, I went to the Beyond.
Oh.
Yeah,
Is it actual planeswalking?
more or less. Just for a bit.
Damn. Hope you didn't bring back anything nasty like a virus or a curse.
I'm going to start sweating. He laughs.
I'm kidding. Planar travel isn't exactly common these days, but the Arcanists used to do it all the time, so I'm sure it's fine.
Because the Arcanists never did anything reckless, right? You're fine. The Beyond has many terrible dangers, but you avoided most of them.
Now me, I'm getting brushed up on some stuff myself. These post-election months will be big business for me.
Why?
Well, My professional estimation is this. The Nationalists will enter into a union with the Free Striders, then the city will face a massive amount of paperwork. We're talking rewritings of base laws, designing new company structures, trade agreements, citizenship documents.
He rubs his little claws together. Stereotype.
Whoa, slow down there, Mr. Comic Villain. Don't make it so obvious.
It's good business.
So much work, I love it.
Good going, proud of you.
Thanks. No, this wasn't expected. It's a long time coming. I'm obviously got a tight deal with Darrow, so wherever he goes, I tend to follow.
What's your deal with Darrow?
Just an informal thing. He helps me, I help him. Started a while back when he was getting started. Pretty good at finding loopholes, and he's the kind of guy who loves to stick a finger in him.
Ew. Nasty.
Ew!
No, not in a weird way.
You were hoping this devil would be more honourable. If he is working with Darrow like this, he must be corrupt. The devil is lawful evil. Who would have thought?
I'm not going to tell him anything else. Good day, Braxo! I don't think I want Darrow finding out anything else. Wait, can I... Go on. Come on, we can get a 20. No, we can't. Oh, wait, maybe. No, we can't. Never mind, we tried. Hang on. What was my vote?
Cleric!
He sniffs a few times and gives a half-enthusiastic wave. Beside him you see Isk, who has clearly been asking a ton of questions to the halfling scholar. Have you managed to get anything out of that foreword yet, or the ghost chat?
I've only begun to dive into its meaning. We have this real wacky categorization that I can't wrap my mind around. It does not appear to be directly linked with any of the other mental mapping tools we developed before or after his death. My reading is, it's almost like a bullshit divination, you know? Not even the esoteric kind, the scammy kind. Like an ancient theory of elements, or the humours. Which one of the 6 are you? Are you body? Are you intellect? Step right up. Not a huge fan. Though I might just be a bit biased considering his obvious anti-halfling rhetoric.
I think it's genius. 6 categories, each used in a way to map out who you are as a person.
We already have something similar, except it's actually developed through proper science. It's the 5 personality traits. Though even Civirex would have had that data in his day, so I'm not sure what to make of this. And then there's the halfling servant face, Mundus Guy. I believe there might be more to all this than meets the eye. I'll make sure to put a call out for any information on this man at all major universities along the coast. In time, truth will be unveiled, and so on.
Can I ask you something about alignment?
Of course, when would I ever shut up about it?
If a man were to murder innocents in order to cast a spell that resurrects a really good god, that would help hundreds more than he ever killed, would that be good or evil?
Okay, you set up this hypothetical for me, but I think your thesis needs to be rethought. The good or evil in an action would be solely dependent on his intent, right? If the man hates himself for doing this, thinking, oh no, how terrible I am for doing this to innocent people, and he is doing all this killing while in a sense sacrificing his own spirit in the process, then I guess it would be considered more good. If he did it for his own gain, then it'd be evil.
If he destroys himself in the process?
Depends on his inner workings, but if he truly believes the world would be 100 times better after his killing spree, his alignment would be good, but this is where you need to rethink it. Because what is this? This intention could be entirely delusional, could be based on all kinds of craziness. In practice, outcome is all that matters, in the long run too. Don't think of it as good or evil. Think instead of what kind of world you wish to live in. A world where life is consumable of great men. Sounds kind of shitty, doesn't it?
So I'm a bad person for thinking bad things.
Snow lets out a snorting laugh.
If so, then every pubescent kid would have their name carved on a wall at the bottom of the 9th hell.
The halfling shakes his head.
Though if you're asking a pervert like me about morality, you're bound to get shitty advice.
Good, then I won't worry.
Good. Live life. Follow your stomach, as the hedonists say.
You're a pervert.
In a purely ideological sense, of course. As well as the fun ways, too.
Yeah, it's grinning.
So what's your thoughts on devils?
Careful, you know I bite.
You hear him call out.
As anyone who studies alignment knows, intent matters, but not so often in practice. I prefer the devil I know from the evil-aligned human I'm forced to deal with. There's something liberating about knowing fully what kind of selfish piece of shite your buddy will be, you know? No surprises.
Unlike Celestials, you mean?
Oh yeah, very much so.
So you've met Iskorum?
I have. Heard you had a hand in letting him out of that stasis. Extremely fucking interesting.
Thank you for the kind description, my good halfling. You are fucking interesting as well.
Don't teach him to speak like that.
The halfling waves.
I'm not a teacher, I'm a scholar. Can't help what kind of shit comes out of my mouth.
Awesome. My 2 favourite local wise men meeting up.
As well as your favourite devil?
You hear Braxo call out from the other side of the tea shop ceiling.
Potentially.
I'll take it.
His cackle echoes up the city slope, then he returns to his newspaper.
What are you guys talking about?
Our portent here is catching me up on your civilization's current level of research. It is fascinating to hear about the various branches you've gone in. In some ways, you're not that far away from our level, though you have gone in wildly different directions when it comes to examining sentience.
I'm writing all this down just so you know, and I'll gladly get as much research content from you as possible. If you have anything with you mentally or physically.
Yes, that can be gladly arranged, once I get my laboratory in order.
Oh, yeah, birds of a feather.
Idiom.
Hit him back.
Peas in a pod!
The goblin gives you a look.
He's ready. Two sides of the same coin. Great minds think alike. Marching to the same drum. Thick as thieves.
His expression now says, "You know that one. Damn."
Pots from the same clay. Cut from, his eyes widen, the same cloth.
Snell raises his hands.
You win. Thank you, thank you.
Snur and Isk appear to have stopped paying attention to you and have returned to debating something esoteric.
I'll leave you two to it. Great. Who else can I talk with? Yes! My favorite person. Can I behold her more? Yes, I can. Please, 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 please. No! Fuck. I have learned nothing.
As you approach the angel, she turns to face you in the air, her glorious, radiant aura enveloping your soul. Snell gives her a nod.
I'll be over there if you need me.
And he scurries away. Etia turns her face, facing your general direction.
Crowds are filling the streets, voices cast for the future. Among all mortal behavior, it is this I treasure the most, your incessant need to be heard.
Her many eyes spin slowly around her head, deep in thought.
No wonder she's so pondering. She just had one hell of a conversation with her boss.
Still can't believe it. We met Earth.
I believe I understand you, despite our differences.
A halo slowly comes to a stop.
You should follow his advice, Etia. Be your own woman.
Do you speak as the follower of his divinity, or as a man?
I'm always his servant, but in this case I believe his words are nothing. I believe his words as nothing but the pleas from someone who cares about you. Nothing else.
She nods.
I will take his words for what they are, a suggestion. In the coming days I must spend time on meditation. What my future brings will be my own choice. But if it matters, thank you. I appreciate your input on this matter, Cleric.
Oh, now's your chance. Go for it.
Wait. Did it hurt? Hit her with a classic.
Wait, is this really the best time?
It is hard, but you can do it.
First of all, don't put it like that. Secondly, it's the best time of all. Special day, just had a deep connection with her. She's open with you. You've got some nice banter. Go for it.
I have something I'd like your input on as well.
Yes, I understand. You wish to discuss copulation. Copulation.
Oh, fuck. That's the most damage I've taken in a single hit.
Your heart skips a beat. What? No, Etia. Gentle flirting does not equal intercourse.
She's going for it. An interesting turn of events.
Oh, yeah.
Ignore the sharp pain in your chest. Any manhood carrying male would.
Not true. Heart disease is a real and serious issue.
Shut it, nerd. Now flirt. Final attempt. Flirt with the angel. Oh my god. No. Oh, we're fine. Sorry. We're actually fine. Your eyes widen, nostrils flare, as you see the truth before your insignificant body and soul. The angel simply wants you to speak, not because she needs you or even desires you, but because there is a glimpse of interest in her mind, an interest you've been building through many interactions. So speak.
Speak?
Yes, now. You've been quiet for like 40 seconds.
Etia?
Yes, Cleric.
Let me take you out on a date.
Her eyes begin to spin faster.
On this day I have chosen to act human. Perhaps that may continue in the coming weeks as well.
You can be human or angel, or anything you want.
The angel stares at you with many, many spinning eyes.
We shall meet for some time after this. For a date, as you put it.
Okay, alright, yeah.
All right. It is done. The lady has been wooed.
Once this is over, that is.
The angel floats gently before you, a faint smile appearing on her porcelain face. She is opening up to you. It's a wonderful feeling. The angel lowers herself all the way to the ground, her armored boots hitting it with a thud.
Now, the sun is setting.
I mean, in a while. Metaphorically.
Literally.
Later on, at least. You have finished your job. I am considering my path. What will be yours?
What do you mean?
What will you do once this city changes? Once the election reshapes its foundation?
I've thought about it.
Her halo floats closely to your helmet. She gives you time to think. You've got options. You could be a freelancer. Oh my god.
I yearn for the fields. I'm going to help people, no matter how.
You are a good man, Cleric. I like that. I shall watch your path with interest.
And I'll watch yours.
Her many eyes observe you in silence as the roaring city around seems to fade away. You've been unsure which gaze to meet all this time, those alien eyeballs rotating around, detached from her porcelain skin, but for the first time you feel certain. You see all of her, all at once. I will look at her. Snell takes a few careful steps up to you.
I hope I'm not interrupting anything, but
Not at all, Snell. We are finished here. Good job to you as well, Snell. You have performed a great service. I do not speak on behalf of the city, but I am certain everyone in Norvik is grateful to you.
He lets out an awkward chuckle. Something about compliments from a literal angel just makes you giddy.
Sure, thanks. One more thing, Etia. What are you voting for?
Her telepathic voice is silent for a bit. Then she answers,
I do not know.
Same, honestly.
She holds out a hand in front of her face.
I have decided to be a bit more human, for this day only.
Her many eyes look to the sky.
We will see what fate brings.
Good. Non-mortals should aspire towards our fleeting glory, to burn all the more brightly before the end.
Chaos. How interesting.
Won't you look at that? Maybe she'll even go yellow.
Her heart is gleaming and good, perhaps even green. She's probably just playing you, right? I will bow my head and leave. Yes, we got a date with Etia. Are there any more people to... Hang on a minute. Servants, you hear them talking about how much of a dick Darrow is. He is a dick. Is there anyone else to speak to? Oh, hang on. What was that? What was that? There are no funds nor focus needed to restore these structures. Alrighty. I think it might be time to vote. Oh wait, should we talk to Snell? You approach your companion.
I haven't seen as many people on Pillar Road since the West Bridge collapsed a few years back. It's gonna be good though. I'm surprised. It's all because the peace was upheld, Snell. Sure, I was thinking more about the type of chaos brought on by normal people gathering in large masses. I expected a few brawls at least. Some drunkard falling in the river, something. Day's not over yet. Shit. Shouldn't jinx it, you're right.
Your goblin companion lets out a heavy sigh.
Let's get going. And remember to go vote when you're done. I need to drop in mine as well. Yeah, let's go.
Alright, here we go, everybody. The extra long 2-hour special episode. Oh my god, the line's almost done. He's first in line. Wait, is there anyone else? No. Alright, let's do this.
A few people remain in queue. Though most are finished, done with this charade.
Getting late.
Your companion looks around the chamber, the faint yellow light filling every corner.
Might be time to cast your vote, eh?
He's going to miss this. The goblin is very much okay going through a few more conversations with random people before you do the deed. A challenge for any mortal, but not for you.
Another job in the bag. Hells yeah.
The goblin gives you a tired smile.
Yeah, I've talked to enough people. Let's wait in line. Well, that's it then.
Oh wait, shit, we should have done these. Oh no! I wonder if there's any more quest stuff I could have done.
Bit of a wait, then it's done.
Exhaustion. His words drip it.
Quest complete! Bet you're real happy about that, you adventure junkie.
Snell grabs one of the fence poles nearby, leaning his body weight on it.
How you holding up, by the way? We've been moving constantly, every waking hour for a long time now. To just stand still like this, Jesus. I feel like I'm getting feeble-minded. Gotta keep moving, man. Without that chase, you might as well be dead. I'm still in a bit of shock, I think.
Snell rubs his bloodshot eyes.
Could always talk to the press. Press? Yeah, like get this all down on print.
Great idea. People will love you. That could be a wonderful opportunity to share some Asgarthus love.
I got a friend at the Post who'd love to write about all this. Lumiere Kodoshov. She's this crazy lizard woman. Think you'd like her.
Hey, you've read her work. You have indeed. She is a hack fraud.
Not sure how much you're able to say without getting in trouble with your bosses, of course. Koloshev, she's a hack fraud.
The type of acting journalist who writes inane, unsellable, dialogue-focused genre fiction on the side.
Absolutely, just your type. I love her work. She's a, what do you say, special gal. You got friends everywhere, it seems. Yeah, it's this line of work. I never seem to make acquaintances, only enemies or friends. I don't care what the patriarchs think. They'll be out of a job after the election anyhow. I don't think even the Free Striders have the power to flip that entire hierarchy on its head. Not in years, at least. Do like your thinking, though. That's for tomorrow. Or next week. Or next month. Who knows how the city will look by then.
It will be a great seismic shift. Finally, we'll get some golden glory days around here.
How hollow it will all feel afterwards. But more importantly, will Snell be okay? Will his people make it through this change?
Will Lady Sageleaf be okay? Nah, yeah. Don't worry about her. I've helped build one hell of an institution here. It'll make it through no matter who's running the show. HWBT will survive, I'm sure of that.
Whatever you do, do not equate them to cockroaches, unless you hit the timing just right, in which case, go for it.
Like cockroaches? Ha! Yeah, like a bunch of fucking cockroaches. We get stomped on, chewed on, spit out again, murdered en masse by some human god.
The goblin pauses for a moment in his rant as if tasting the words.
Thriving in chaos? Something like that, yeah.
The goblin grins.
Now you, on the other hand. What about me? Well, what's your plan?
You will serve, bend over, pray for mercy. You'll make a fortune, just gotta keep working.
You will be the most powerful spellcaster on the coast. In time, of course. You will help make this city a utopia for all. You'll be everyone's favorite person. Snell gives you a moment to think. He's actually interested.
Yeah, I'm still thinking about it.
He shrugs.
Thanks again for telling Dara to shove it. That was great to see. I did? When? You know, when he told you to dismiss me. That was cool. Really didn't expect it. By the way, your voice is still really high. What? Since you downed that mirror potion, it's still high-pitched. Sounds deep and stoic in my helm. Reverb, maybe?
The goblin grins. The most evil grin you've ever seen in your entire life.
Damn, what a heel turn.
It is, to be fair, absolutely hilarious. As you keep talking, the chamber appears to grow ever thinner in folk. You only have a few more minutes left before it is time. Now, before you head up, ask him. Ask him what he's voting for. That'll help you figure out for real.
You know, I've got to ask about your political opinions.
The goblin sighs.
Yeah, hit me. What are you voting for in the election, citizen? Nah, that's private.
He wants to have a piece of it to himself.
Come on, after everything we've been through. Still private.
But he lets out a hearty scoff.
I'll tell you this much, though, won't be for the Free Striders. Good choice. I'm not sure how healthy an anti-stance really is, but I'm sure they'll win in the end anyhow. They always seem to just do that. You're green, I assume? I'll decide when I get there. Fair.
He brings out a yellow notepad.
I'm not the type to write stuff down, I swear, but at some point I realized I should note how often you make all these political comments. It got pretty ridiculous at some point.
Then he flips through it. Here. Snell shows you a page full of scribbled lines.
It's like 30 times, Cleric. I'm not saying you shouldn't be politically engaged, but you're clearly a bit too fixated. Only 30? I'm gonna pump those numbers up. Yeah, I suppose so.
The goblin shakes his head, placing the yellow notepad back into his jacket. As he looks away, silence takes over between the two of you. There is something. Something is left unspoken. It is weighing on Snell's mind. He takes a deep breath.
Just a bit longer, then it's all done.
He does not want to address it, unless you do first. Alright, I'm going to understand Snell. Yes, baby, that'll be like 30? 25. Okay, that's pretty good, it's pretty good. Snell is a good person.
He is a goblin, yet you have seen some great integrity within him. That is not something you ever suspected in such a crossing.
You can trust him, and you understand him.
What's he thinking about, then?
He is thinking of Earth.
Ah!
There is a lot unspoken about your encounter in the void. Let him ask it.
You're thinking about something. I am? Yeah, I can tell. Let's talk about Earth.
The goblin slowly closes his eyes, relaxing his posture. He is carrying it no longer.
Yeah, have to ask. I just had a brief conversation with a man who personally slaughtered my entire race. Let me ask, what the fuck am I supposed to feel about that? I think you made your opinions very clear to his face, which is impressive, by the way. Nah, I figured I'm the only goblin alive who's actually going to get a chance to rage on the guy. Be ashamed to let that chance slip away, but...
He rubs his eyes. His brow furrows into scrunched mess as he adjusts his jacket. A tick.
I don't know. Part of me hates that he got to me at all. How do you mean? I should have shot him with the sling for what he's done, but something about that look in his eyes. I wouldn't expect that look in the eyes of someone with that kind of power. Who had that kind of power. That he knew from the start that it was even just a gamble. I don't even know how to process that. And that's how all those gods went about it, following divine visions of whatever die roll had the greatest chance of success. It's insane.
No, just let him speak. Snell places a claw up against his temple.
It's just, this old man stands there defending every choice he's ever made as if he were infallible, while also showing so much regret, like he knows how much he's fucked up along the way. But he'd still do it again. Am I supposed to feel bad for him? Or should I be some all-forgiving monk just because he did his best? On top of that, he has the gall to tell me what I should do. Like his words are anything other than the ramblings of a dead god. Fuck. I don't know.
He looks down at the beautifully carved dwarven tiles.
How do you feel about it?
He's looking for some genuine shit here. Don't be too human negative. He won't like that. Follow what your heart is whispering.
Exasperation, breathless thinking. There is a good answer.
This is the kind of moment where you make sure to remember Earth was just a guy, and now you're the ones left to pick up the pieces.
He's just a man endowed by divine spark. Treat him like any other human, and you'll see the truth.
The goblin looks up.
All right, I could do that.
The goblin's eyes are full of contemplation. He will think about this conversation as much as he will about the one with your god. His tiny mind catches up quicker than you anticipated. In time, he will understand it. He might seek more knowledge from you then. That quick smile on his face. Yeah, you did good. No fumbles here.
I did it!
The dwarf at the front of the queue yells, his voice echoing out into the now almost empty temple chamber.
I finally vaulted! I actually did it! Ha!
He steps back from the ballot box, wiping sweat from his brow. The dwarf turns to look out over the chamber, tears streaming from his bloodshot eyes.
I didn't think it'd be so difficult! At least you got one guy who cares as much about politics as you.
No! Enhance ability, come back! I need you. With this gentleman done, you see nothing now. Nothing standing between you and your voice. Here we go. Time to modernize this fucking place. Such a waste of time.
It's time!
Okay. Did we get any more levels up? The end of Election Day. I don't think we unlocked any more things. Okay, cool. That's good. We just ticked off. I was wondering if there were any more things we'd unlocked, but no, we're good. It's time. You approach the ballot box. It's slit, a canyon of possibilities. You should really try to find a girlfriend.
Time to cast this damn vote.
The guy next to you drops in his own voting card. As he too leaves the chamber, only you and Snell remain.
Speaking of which, here.
From his breast pocket, the goblin shows you a freshly printed voting card, without any of the boxes filled in.
Snag one of these on the way in. You'll need it after that ballsy move downstairs. Oh, right, the living library. Yeah, sorry again about that. That was almost entirely on me. We're even now. Sounds good to me.
You see the Norvikian stamp in the corner. The perch, it is official. The printing's a bit different from the card you received in the mail last week. Seems like the goblin must have ordered a new batch.
You always think of everything, don't you? Oh yeah, I've got an eye for detail.
He holds up another card, looking just as fresh.
I just snagged an extra when I took one for myself.
Unceremoniously, Snell then drops his own voting card into the box.
Huh? Done.
Oh, shit. This goblin, quick and democratic. What a combo. A power move. I'm going to stare at his calm demeanor and gasp.
What do you want? A fucking ritual, song and dance? It's in the box, that's what matters.
He has known for a long time what to put in this box.
I think I'm just nervous since this means...
Realize what's happening.
Yeah.
Snell steps aside.
Your turn, Cleric.
The ballot box looms. Its shadow, ominous, emanating an uncertain future.
A fray of no return.
Turning to leave, Snell instead looks back with a scrunched expression.
I just got to ask one more thing. The prayer.
What?
The prayer. The old man mentioned you would pray every night for one thing. It's been killing me. So I got to ask, what was it?
Ah!
Yeah?
The goblin gives you an almost desperate look. He needs to hear this.
Can't have to share. Not like anyone will ever ask you again. Your most closely guarded secret, only shared with your god. Does he deserve to hear it?
It's an idiotic thing. He will surely enjoy hearing it. I'm going to say it. Snell crosses his arms.
I would look out the window each night. I'd look at the moon and the dark sky. Then I would ask Earth to give me one thing.
Yeah?
He leans in.
What was it?
Hold up a finger.
One. Only one is enough. I prayed for one friend.
The goblin listens.
One friend, that would be enough.
He gives you a shrug.
That's not unreasonable.
It's really not.
Your goblin companion laughs alongside you. He holds out a sharp claw.
A handshake.
A show of friendship. A brotherhood.
A friendly gesture. Take it.
A hand to shake.
Be cool. Give him a tap or something.
Or I could do the goblin salute. No, I'm going to shake it firmly.
You give him a firm handshake.
He grins.
Your brother in arms.
He's going to miss this. For whatever reason.
See you around, Cleric.
The goblin companion then walks down the stairs, heading straight for the exit. As he goes, you hear him yell out,
And don't vote for anything stupid.
I'll watch him leave the Temple of Earth.
Then you're alone.
Turn back to the ballot box. You see it staring at you. Next to it, a simple pencil.
Alone.
Just you in this amazing little box. Could you imagine? A dozen revolutions, decades of violence and upheaval, all to get you the chance to write whatever you want on that little piece of paper and drop it in this silly little box.
You are now about to contribute as one in approximately 300,000. For comparison, the textbook on esoteric history you read for your tower initialization was 320,000 words long. Imagine yourself as one of those words, then realize how vastly little this action matters in the grand scheme of Norvik. Yet one singular word in that tome can change its entire meaning. Vote. Vote for every person, each creature, all things in this world of yours. Vote. Pick up your pencil and look at the card. Everything upon your shoulders. As you bring forth the voting card, the pencil in your hand, a world watching.
I hope I'm making the right decision.
The ballot box offers no support, yet you must do it. Choose now. One final time.
It's just one vote. It doesn't really matter, right?
It's more about the symbolism, supporting the democratic revolution and so on.
One man fighting against impossible odds. There is nothing more significant.
Tense, yet still. You are in control here. Make a decision.
What if I choose wrong?
There is a reason goodness is aligned with intent rather than outcome. If you truly value the world, then there is no wrong choice. Only an attempt to fight for the right. No one's ever going to find out what you write on that card of yours, not really. If someone asks later, you can just lie. So don't think too much into it. There is no correct vote, no wrong one either. Simply make do with this one singular voice of yours, an insignificant duty in a sea of mediocrity. Gods be damned, you cannot wait for this election to be over.
I wonder what'll happen to Norvik.
Difficult to say. Chaos, order breaking down, complete collapse, or more logically, nothing at all, since nothing ever really changes from banalities like democracy.
The city will live on. It has dealt with bigger issues in the past, and it will survive worse disasters in the future. You will make sure of it.
There will be good days ahead, for you and all folk in this wonderful city.
Now vote already.
I'm going to vote for...
the Asgarlists. It has to be the Asgarlists. You fill out the box with a heavy heart, for the ones who fall behind, for the ones who want to build an egalitarian dream. You are a good person. Hold up the voting card. You hold the card in your hand, the ballot box below, a symbol for everything you are, everything you can be. Once you put this voting card inside that box, you have already made your choice. Now follow the string. Amazing. Thank you so much for joining me, everybody. It has been a wonderful adventure, and I have enjoyed every single moment of this. As always, I will leave the credits running so we can get all of the information on all the incredible people who were behind the creation of this phenomenal game. Make sure you stick around. I'll speed them up a little bit. I'll have the music underneath so that it fits perfectly. I will see you guys all in the next one. We'll be doing a playthrough of Subnautica 2 next. If there's any other games you'd like me to check out or anything at all you think would be fun, let me know. If you've enjoyed this series, let me know in the credits below. I will see you all again next time, everybody. Until then, stay safe, stay well. See you guys.